Wyatt, be good. Be good. I see you. I know I'm always late. Be nice. No, that's just me. Just expect it. Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't say that though, because if I say expect me to be like 15 minutes late, and then if I'm early, then you'll miss it. So sometimes I'm early. I don't know. I try my hardest. I do. But for important things like court dates and stuff, I'm always on time. I'm always early, as you guys. I mean, I'm sure most of you that's been with me, you see, I don't miss stuff that's like if I missed it, we would miss out on it. Like I don't miss that stuff, like court stuff. But like I don't know, in my head, I just can't do it. Anyway, so I was really ready to move on. I was doing my pre-records, and I'm like, my next live's probably going to be on Sarah Boone or Ezra. And then I cannot stop with this case for some reason. I start digging and digging, and I found like a bunch of like detailed reports. How's the sound, by the way? Is it good? Um, and I'm still going to ask that. Oh my God, the comments for my last live. Oh my Lordy. I wish I would have just put test live. But I don't care. I'm still going to ask if it sounds okay. I mean, that's normal. It's live. I want to make sure the sound's okay. It sound good, guys? Because I have my AirPods in, so I can't hear what you guys are hearing. Is it good? Okay, good. But anyway, so I found like a bunch of from 2012 to 2018. I found like, well, at least from Leon County. Okay, so all the stuff in Leon County, anything he's been arrested for in Leon County, which that incident in 2014 was from Leon County. So we're going to go over, I'm not going to read that report again because I already read it a couple times, but I am going to read some of the jury notes. So there's a couple of jury things and show you like some of the instructions the jury was given, because, you know, they found him not guilty on all counts for that 2014 thing. There was kidnapping, there was the sexual battery, all counts not guilty. But anyway, so yeah, there's just a bunch of different incident reports, and it goes over like the incident reports, and like there's a few of them where it's like they say like Wade looks like he's like on drugs, and he's like, I don't know, I didn't get to like read all of them in depth. I just tried to skim through, and I had to read that, you know, do the redactions of, so no doxing and stuff. So I had to do redactions of like certain names. If they're like victims, I redacted the name, or if it was like, you know, addresses and stuff. But if they were the people that committing the crime, I didn't, but just like the last name of the victims. But anyway, so I had to redact them, so I kind of got to see some of it, but I mean, I didn't get to fully read through all of them. But yeah, I want to read them to you guys. So there'll be a lot of reading, but they should be interesting. They like talk about like, you know, the incident, like the whole details of all the reports. Hey Wyatt, Michelle, let me say hi to a few people. Hey, Movie Star Memories, Mesa Pinoza, Emily Smith. Sorry about last live. I know after I ended last live, I was not happy with it. I was like, man, that live kind of sucked. I was expecting just a couple hundred people. I was just going to do like a test. I should have just put test live in there because I didn't have much. But oh my Lord, the comments. People are harsh. Hey, Sonia. But this live should be better because I actually have some good stuff to go over. Last live I had like a few things, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys my studio. Did Steve go to away? Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure 100%. I mean, I know he visited him the day before, but I don't know if wait, did he go? Because I was asking Corey, are you here? Because that was one of the things I kept asking, is Steve there? I don't know if 100%. I don't know. I was going to say, I don't think, because Corey never said she was, because she was there, that Corey, sometimes I don't know if she's going to be on here today, but I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. All right. So we're gonna start. I put them in order. So we're gonna start with it starts at 2012. It's a theft report, but it's just interesting to see like his demeanor, you know what I'm saying, how he acted when they arrested him and stuff. Hey, plant spam, just as I am, Brianna. I haven't even listened to if there's been new calls in the last couple days. I haven't even got to listen to those. All right. Yeah, I've been like editing and getting going through this stuff. Okay. Hi, Susie. All right, let's start. I am going to move this over here. Oh yeah. I love having these double screens. It's so cool. All right. Sept. Here we go. So the first one is going to be, you know what? I don't need my headphones in right now because I'm just going to be reading. Don't want to waste the battery. Okay. So the first one is going to be in 2012. So this would make him, let's see, he was born in 94. So this would make him like 18 years old. Maybe in 17. Wait. Yeah, he 18 because he turned this is March. Yeah, it would be 18. So he'd be 18 in during this one right here, okay? Okay, so I responded to Woodville Highway reference to possible location of Wade Wilson and Forrest Henry upon arrival. Forrest was located in the front of the store. Wade was later found walking through a wooded field to the north of the store. Hold on, give me 1 minute. Okay. Wade and Forrest were being searched for after they left Disc Village. They were, dude, this is about to fall. Hold on, just give me 1 minute. Because if my mic falls, it's going to be a far fall, and this is an expensive mic. Hold on. Started leaning. Okay. They were court ordered to be at this facility for drug probation. It was also learned that Wade was a suspect in a vehicle burglary incident, which occurred 2012, where $1,500 was stolen from Sister Sobriety in another facility in Disc Village. So he stole freaking $1,500 from a sobriety place. Upon making contact with Wade, a box of Dove soap was located in the area that Wade was laying down by. Inside contained $989 in cash. Wade also had 2 Monster energy drinks, a Bic lighter, coins, a book light, and a black electronic cigarette. The electronic cigarette was located sticking out of his sock. Both Forrest and Wade were detained. Both were advised of their Miranda warnings via a card obtained at the state's attorney's office. Both waived their rights. An investigation started in reference to the vehicle burglary. After searching Forrest, $101 was found on his person. Forrest stated he found the $1 bill and a $100 bill was given to him by Wade. So he said, I found this dollar bill, and then Wade gave me 100. Forrest indicated Wade had stolen the money from Sisters in Sobriety. He also stated Wade told him prior to the burglary that he was going car shopping. So basically, car shopping is, probably going through cars and stealing stuff, right? Wade denied being involved in the burglary. He stated he just had money. While attempting to see how much money was spent inside the store and what denominations of cash were used, it was discovered that the clerk did not sell the electronic cigarette to Wade. So now they figured, oh God, he stole that electronic cigarette too. I can make it bigger. Cool. The surveillance cameras were reviewed. While watching the footage, I observed Wade at the cash register. He was purchasing the 2 Monster drinks and a Bic lighter. Wade purchased the Monster drinks. The clerk advised he simply forgot to ring up the lighter, which Wade took with him. After the transaction, Wade requested a phone book. Cody turned around. As Cody's back was towards Wade, I observed him grab the black electronic cigarette off the countertop. Wade failed to pay for the cigarette and exited the store. The cost of the cigarette was $5.99. Wade was asked about the cigarette, and he also denied stealing it. He refused to answer after I confronted him with the footage I observed. Wade was charged with petty theft and transported to the Leon County Jail. Wade also confirmed to be on probation at the time of his arrest. The probation status was confirmed via Disc Village paperwork from DJJ. Hey, movie star. Hey, 2 cents. Miss Pinoza. Kim. We got Sonia Slow Morrison. Yay. Let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. Hey, Tennessee. We got Sonia. We got Austin. Chopper Lily. Anyway, all right, so on 9/16/2012, Deputy Osborne responded to the Sisters in Sobriety in reference to a vehicle burglary. Upon arrival, oh, I got those 2 out of order, huh? Hold on a second. Oh, well, so that would have been first, yeah. Dang it, I thought I had them all in order. Oh well, this was supposed to be first. But anyway, um, so they responded to the sisters in sobriety in reference to a vehicle burglary. Upon arrival, Deputy Osborne made contact with Miss Holly, who reported approximately $1,500 taken from her unlocked Honda Civic. Miss Herndon advised that sometime between 9:15 and 9:16, so September 15th at 6 p.m. to September 16th at 12 at noon, unknown suspect entered her unlocked vehicle and stole her money. Ms. Herndon stated at the time of theft, the money was in a bank envelope located in the driver's side door compartment. On 9/17, Deputy Salvo responded to Woodwell Highway in reference to the possible location of Wade Wilson and Forrest Henry. Mr. Wilson and Mr. Henry were earlier reported missing from both Mr. Wilson and Mr. Henry were located, and Mr. Wilson was arrested for an unrelated charge of petty theft. Deputy Salvo reported a large amount of money, $984, being found at the scene where Mr. Wilson was found. Mr. Henry was in possession of a $100 bill due to the large amount of money being found, and both subjects currently residing at blank. Deputy Salvo questioned Mr. Wilson and Mr. Henry post Miranda rights about the vehicle burglary. Ms. Herndon reported at blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mr. Wilson denied stealing the money. However, Mr. Henry told Deputy Salvo and Mr. Wilson gave him the $100 bill. Oh, he told, yeah, same thing as the other report. Mr. Henry also indicated Deputy Salvo that Mr. Wilson stole the money from Sisters of Sobriety while car shopping. So basically his friends are ratting him out. Deputy Salvo seized the money. On 9/19, I spoke with Miss Herndon, and asked her about the money that was reported stolen from her vehicle. Miss Herndon then indicated to me the money was stolen was more around 1,100 to 1,500, or more around 1,100, not 1,500. I responded to Leon County Jail, made contact with Mr. Wade Wilson. Mr. Wilson was read his Miranda rights, and I asked him if he understood his Miranda rights, and he said yes. Mr. Wilson admitted to taking the money from Ms. Herndon's vehicle. Mr. Wilson stated the money was in a bank envelope at the time and was taken from the driver's side door compartment. Mr. Wilson advised he counted the money and it was approximately $1,100. Mr. Wilson is charged with burglary of conveyance and grand theft. Oh, maybe I did go in order. This was right. That was supposed to be second. Yeah, because he was already in jail for that. So this was his mugshot when he was like, what did we figure 18? Yeah, when he was arrested. Did you consent to the interview? No. The information taken during the interview will be used to make the decision about your pretrial release. You're not required to answer any questions, and you have the right to consult an attorney before providing information. Let me see if I missed anything here. Nope. In burglary. Okay, where are we at? 19th birthday. So yeah, 19. Oh, we figured he was 19, right? Or wait. Yes. Currently on probation. Yes. Details juveniles community control until until 19th birthday. Okay. Okay. So that's that one. Now we have, see, there's two of these. Hold on, I want to see which one. I'll read this one first. Okay. So this is from arrest date. Now this is April 5th, 2013. The arrest was damage, resist officer, obstruct, violation of probation, damage property, criminal mischief. Let's see what he did. Oh. One second. Okay. Here we go. So let's read this one. This one's kind of interesting. Okay. On 4/5/2013 at approximately 2:25, so that'd be 2:25 a.m. because 2:25 p.m. would be 14:22. Yeah. Okay. Joshua blank called the Leon County Sheriff's Office in reference to several people in his yard. Joshua told dispatch that a male broke his window. I responded to Joshua's house located at and made contact with him and his friend Michael and his mother Dawn, who owns the house. Joshua stated a male by the name of Wade Wilson came to his house and began to shout obscenities at him. Joshua believed Wade was there because he had been talking to Wade's girlfriend, Janelle. Joshua did not answer the door or go outside, so Wade began yelling at him through his bedroom window. Wade then punched the window, causing it to break. Joshua said David left in a silver passenger car. I interviewed Michael, who provided the same statement as Joshua. Michael stated Wade came to the house and began to shout at Joshua through his bedroom window. Wade then punched the window and causing it to break because Joshua would not come outside. I observed the window on the front of the house to the left of the front door. The window was broken and glass was lying on the ground outside beneath the window. The pine straw beneath the window was also recently disturbed as if someone had been standing in it. I asked Dawn what she wished to have done. Dawn stated she wanted to press charges. As I was talking to Joshua, Michael, and Don, I observed a white Honda Civic drive north past the house. Joshua told me that's them. Joshua said the Honda belonged to David Becker. I knew where David lived because I have dealt with him in the past on previous criminal cases. I responded to David's house located at, and I observed a male and female in the yard standing next to the silver car. As I drove up and parked in the driveway, the male and female immediately walked to the house and went inside as if they were trying to avoid me. I knocked on the door. David's father opened the door, and the same male and female walked back out. I asked the male what his name was, and he stated he was Wade Wilson. Wade said he went to Joshua's house because Joshua texted him that he wanted to fight. Wade said he never stepped out of his girlfriend Janelle's car. Wade also said he did not break the window. I interviewed Janelle. Janelle stated Wade requested that she drive him to Joshua's house. Janelle said she drove him there because Joshua had texted them that he wanted to fight and asked them to meet him at the Circle K and several other places. I asked Janelle if Wade got out of the car. Janelle stated he did, but he only went a couple feet away from the car and did not break the window. Janelle later admitted that Wade walked all the way up to the house, but she did not want to tell me what Wade did. Janelle stated she never saw Wade break the window. David Becker drove home, and I made contact with him. David also stated he also went to Joshua's house because Wade wanted to fight Joshua. David told me Joshua would not come outside, so Wade punched the window. I walked back over to Wade. I asked Wade one last time if he broke the window. Wade stated he did not. I told Wade to stand up and place his arms behind his back because he was under arrest. I told Wade several more times to stand up and place his arms behind his back but he was reluctant to do so. Wade stood up from the front porch steps he was sitting on and started walking up the steps. I, along with Deputy J.D. Johnson, told Wade to stop. Wade shouted, "F you guys," and jumped off the porch and started running. As Wade was running, Deputy Johnson deployed his M26 taser. Wade continued to run across Shannon's Lake towards Pimlico Drive. I chased after Wade. Wade jumped a fence, and I lost track of where he went. Other deputies responded and set up a perimeter. Deputy J. Wilmot located Wade hiding behind the house at Drive. Okay, I arrested Wade and brought him to Leon County Jail without further incident. Dispatch confirmed Wade was on probation for burglary. I charged Wade with criminal mischief, resisting, and violation of probation. Here's his mugshot from that. Charge burglary. He has a grand theft, the criminal mischief. Okay. Right. So he resides with his parents, which is the Wilsons. Listed Wilson, Steve Wilson, father, Candy Wilson, mother. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically the same incident, but I feel like there might be, see if there's anything, there is a couple things that are different or added. So how violation occurred. So he violated his probation because by failing to live and remain at liberty without violating any law by committing the criminal offense of damaged property because he broke the window. So now he violated the, yeah, that's all that one is. Okay. Yeah, this is just that same incident. Yeah. The offender's current and prior participation in treatment, educational, vocational, active, outpatient. He has to do the outpatient substance abuse. Um, Before this day, personally appeared. Let's see. That Wade Wilson, referred to as offender, was on the 19th day of September 2012 placed on probation for the offense of burglary of conveyance, grand theft. So the $200 for the window. All right. So the next one is non compliant. Hold on. I got to get a date. Where's the date? 16th day of September. Oh, I'm all the way scrolled up. Okay. Yeah, this is 9/11/2013 violation by failing to successfully complete or remain in drug and alcohol residential treatment until the provider determines that residential treatment is no longer necessary. And as grounds for belief that the offender violated his probation, Officer Christy Jacob states that the offender was unsuccessfully discharged from a life recovery on 9/9/2013, as told to Officer Christy by life recovery counselors. The writer received a verbal discharge summary from the counselor stating the offender tested positive for 2 illegal drugs while a patient in their facility. Ms. Carter stated that the offender will have an unsuccessful discharge due to his noncompliance with the program. So he didn't do very good on that one. I mean, he violated his probation. And then it says the offender is currently in residential treatment as proven by his continued noncompliance. He is not amenable to community service. So he's recommendation of this officer that the offender's probation is revoked. Sentenced to a period of incarceration with the length and destination to be determined by the court. Let me see if it says how long. Supervision, 6 months. Yeah. Here's another one, another right look. Affiant further states that the offender has not properly conducted himself, but has violated the conditions of his community control in a material respect by failing to successfully complete or remain in drug or alcohol residential treatment until the provider determines. So that's that same thing. So he couldn't make it. He tested positive for 2 drugs. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is possession of firearm by convicted felon, grand theft of a firearm. Grand theft of a firearm. Now, this one I'm trying to figure out because if you remember, the sexual battery and the 2014 attack, okay, was December, I think, 18th, 2014. I think the date is right. And he told the victim he had a gun. Now, going over the jury notes and stuff and going through the jury and all the documents, they basically it seems like they weren't able to prove that there was a gun. And the one jury person asked, "Hey, like, is there pictures of the car? Like, whoever's car he was driving, wouldn't they know that there was a gun in there?" So they weren't ever able to prove that like he actually had a gun and was threatening her with a gun because that was the weapon that he's. Remember, if you guys haven't heard that, I did a pre-record where I did it on a live and I cut it and did a pre-record of reading that report. It's really interesting. Like, it's horrible. It just shows you what a freaking monster he is. But he stole like some firearms around the same time. So I'm trying to figure out if all of them got returned. I got to like figure out which ones got returned, because if that's the case, that shows right there that he still had a firearm if he didn't return them all, right? And it was right in the same month he stole these. So I mean, I just don't understand if that's the case. How wasn't this able to be brought as evidence that he probably did have a gun? I can't believe they found him not guilty. I can't even believe it. On all counts. It's crazy. And Lewis, you made it. Hey, Snooks, Bella Blaze. Okay, so let me read this one now. So this is him stealing some guns. So this is from 2014. So he would be, this is December 2014. So yeah. So yeah, he would still be 18. He would be, yeah, 18, right? 94. No, he'd be 20. Yeah. What was it? He'd be 20. He'd be 20 in this, right? In 2014, in December 2014, he'd be 20. Okay. So let me make it bigger real quick. All right. So here's the counts. On or about December 2nd, 2014, he did unlawfully own or have in his care, custody, possession, and control of a firearm, having been previously convicted of a felony, and the defendant actually possessed the firearm, contrary to section blah blah blah. He did knowingly obtain, use, or did endeavor to obtain or use a Ruger Mini 14 rifle firearm, the property of Patrick, with the intent to either temporarily or permanently deprive the other person of a right to the firearm, or a benefit therefrom, or to appropriate the firearm to his or her own use, or to use any person not entitled. And then basically, this is the same thing, same stuff. Okay. So here is the incident right here of everything. Okay. All right. So probable cause affidavit for this possession of a firearm. So on 12/8/14. So remember, 12/8/14, the attack was 12. Let me just to make sure. Let me see what the exact date it is of the attack. So I think it's 12/18. So I think it had been a couple weeks after this, or 10 days after this, when he attacked that girl. No, December 13th. So same year. So what, 5 days later? So December 13th was the attack. Wait, December 13th. Yeah. Why? Um, yeah. 5 days. 5 days before he attacked and brutally freaking attacked that young girl. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how old she is, because they say, like, was she a minor? Because they say, like, she was older than 12 years old. That's what the charge was. So is she under 18? I found her. I know who she is, but I'm not gonna. I mean, she's a victim, so I redacted everything. So I haven't had time to figure out her age yet, but I'm trying. The reason I looked more into who she was is because I want to know if she was actually a minor, because that's huge. They just say she's over 12, or either over 12. Yeah, I think 12. I don't think it's either 12 or 14. But so I don't know. Anyway. Oh, was she? Okay, maybe she was. But I wonder why they say it like, look, I want to show you how they say it. What I'm talking about. It's weird. It says, yeah, look, battery victim 12 years or older. So it just makes you think, like, if she was an adult, why do they even say 12 years old? Or is it just because they're proving that she wasn't younger than 12? I mean, I believe she could have been 22, but it's just weird. Like, why is that as an age? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because if they're over 12, then that means they're an adult, or that means that the charges aren't going to be as bad. Is that what it is? So as long as they're over 12, like that's the line right there. Like, that's an age limit right there for something. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? It's weird. Like, I could see if it was like, if she was under 12 or over 12 and under 18, then that could be a limit. That could be some kind of age, and under 12 could be another kind of, like, for legal purposes. But the fact, if you're saying over 12 and beyond, that's the limit. 12 and whatever, till you're an adult or until you die or whatever, no age limit, 12 and up. Like, that's something, you know what I'm saying? Like, there should be something between 12 and 18. It's more than 18 and above. Hopefully you guys are following me. So that's why I was like, was she a minor? But yeah, I don't think she was either, because from what I found so far, it doesn't seem like she was back then. So I don't know. It's weird. It must be something legally. I mean, obviously it's something legally, but it just, that age is weird. It freaks me out. That shouldn't be like that. Anyway. Oh, thank you. I know, right? It should be okay. I could see if it's like under 12 and then maybe 12 to 18 and then 18 and above. But to like limit to make it like 12 and above, like that 12 and above is something and then 12 and below. Well, there needs to be something specific from 12 to 18 because like when you're 12, you're still freaking not 18. You're still a minor. So Florida must have like, I don't know. They must look at 12-year-olds as like the same as an 18-year-old. It just doesn't make sense to me. Um anyway, okay, ready? 12, 18, 14. I was assigned a case in reference to a burglary that had been already occurred at Smart Stop Self Storage located in Tallahassee. Victim Randy Ogden went to check on his storage shed and found someone had replaced his lock with a different lock. Once inside, Mr. Randy reported approximately 11 firearms and numerous other items had been taken. Um, Mr. Ogden suspected that his son Tyler and his friends Wade Wilson and Sydney may have wait, hold on one second. One second, one second. Dang it. Give me 1 minute. You know, you could try as much as you can, but you always it's like sometimes you just miss things. Just give me 1 second. I try my best, but hold on. Just give me a minute. No. Oh, no, that's why I didn't redact that because he's actually one of the perpetrators. Okay, hold on. Yeah. But I did want to do something. Hold on. No, because if I do that, then it gets confusing who Tyler is. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm coming. I'm coming. All right, let's go back. All right, where are we at? Okay, so Mr. Ogden suspected that his son Tyler and his friends Wade and Sydney may have went into his storage shed. Mr. Ogden stated that Tyler has gotten on drugs real bad since he's been hanging around Wade and thinks they sold the guns to get drugs. Mr. Ogden reported this incident to Deputy Skelton, who also remembered working a crash with Deputy Revel involving Wade and Tyler that occurred in the area of Centerville Road and Pigash Church Road on 12/2/14. So that just 6 days before that. So 6 days prior, this officer remembers working a crash that involved Tyler and Wade, right? Okay. During the crash investigation, an unknown passerby told Deputy Revel she saw a passenger of the vehicle throw a machine gun into the woods near the crash location. During a canvass of the area, he and the Deputy Revel located 3 firearms hidden under a shirt in pine straw approximately 1 yard away from the vehicle. The 3 firearms were the above mentioned Ruger rifle, Browning rifle, and Remington shotgun. At the time of the crash, the firearms had not been reported stolen. The owner was unable to be located, and both Tyler and Wade said the firearms were not theirs. Deputy Skelton located 3 different spots of blood on each of the firearms and collected the blood with DNA swabs, which were placed into evidence at LCSO under the original crash report. Due to unknown owner of the firearms, they were collected and placed into evidence by Deputy Revel. Upon reading Deputy Revel's crash report, I discovered that a witness stated to Deputy Revel that after she drove up on the accident, she saw the driver and the occupant place into the woods what looked like a gun. Upon making contact with the occupants of the vehicle, Deputy Revel then asked the driver and passenger what they put in the woods, and they told him nothing. Deputy Revel then searched the woods, and approximately 3 yards from the passenger door, he located 2 rifles and 1 shotgun covered up by pine straw. There was also a box of Remington 22 bullets and a box of 223 bullets. There was blood on the guns, and Deputy Skelton did DNA swab and turned the 4 swabs into evidence at the Leon County Sheriff's Office. I want to know what blood, like what did that come back? Because so what I'm guessing, it's probably their blood because they got in a crash, so maybe they were bleeding because then they got rid of the guns. But I hope they made sure that it was their blood because if not, was there a murder committed? So I don't know if they end up saying it because, like I said, I just skimmed these and I might have missed it where they ended up saying it was their blood. But dang it. Okay. They seized the guns, knife, and bullets. Or wait, the seized gun, knife, and bullets were placed into evidence. And okay, the guns were also entered into blah, blah, the system or whatever. The occupants of the vehicle were identified as Wade Stephen Wilson and Tyler Ogden. According to Deputy Revel's crash report, Wade Wilson had cuts on his face and swelling around his right eye, and the passenger Tyler only had a few scratches on the backside of his hand. Wade was transported to TMHER, where Deputy Revel later went to check on him, but discovered that he had refused treatment and left the hospital. On 12/9/14, I met with Mr. Ogden at the Leon County Sheriff's Office to discuss his case. Mr. Ogden stated that he had spoken to Matt, um, Sydney's father, who advised that he is missing a Mini 14 assault rifle. So now, not only did they steal from Tyler's dad, now it looks like they stole a gun from Sydney's dad. Anyway, Mr. Ogden thinks that the Mini 14 recovered from the crash belongs to Mr. Wester. Mr. Ogden further stated that he has been trying to get Mr. Wester to report the gun stolen since yesterday, but he has yet to do so. Mr. Ogden was later taken to evidence to see if he could identify if any of the recovered guns belonged to him. After viewing the guns, Mr. Ogden advised that none of the guns in evidence belonged to him. So wait a minute. So that means there's still guns that are out there. Now, 5 days later, there's a report of an attack that he threatens her with a gun, and the jury decides that they couldn't like there was no gun. They didn't prove that he had a gun. That sucks because of the laws, they probably weren't allowed to bring this case into it to show that he probably did have a gun, right? I mean, are you guys following me here? Like that was one of the things that they did. There was no proof that he threatened her with a gun. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Hi, Brad. What's up? What up? What up? Hey, MooTube, Christina, J Boogie. Let me take a sip of my coffee. The system really let her down, this victim down from 2014. Anyway, where are we at? Okay, so on 12/11/14, Detective Crago conducted a photo lineup with witness Lisa, and Miss Blank said that she was about 90% sure that photo 3 was one of the subjects she saw placing the gun in the woods at the crash site. She said that she was not 100% sure, so she did not make the identification. Photo 3 in the lineup was Wade Wilson's photo. On 12/15/14, I received a call from Miss Julia, who advised that her son Sydney is involved with Wade Wilson and Tyler Ogden. Wait a minute. Okay, anyway. Sydney told her that the other day he gave Wade a gun to sell. Wait, Sydney told her. Okay, so Sydney told her, so that would be his mom. I don't know if Sydney's a guy or a girl, but so his mom's Julia, told his mom the other day that he gave Wade a gun to sell. She has also been in contact with Mr. Randy Ogden, Tyler's father, who is also missing several firearms. Mr. Ogden told her about the firearms that were recovered from the vehicle crash Wade and Tyler were involved in. Mrs. Wester suspects that the firearms belong to her husband and has since filed a report for 3 firearms and several items of jewelry that are missing. God, they stole a lot of guns from 3 different people, it sounds like. On 12/16/14, I interviewed and arrested Sydney in reference to him stealing his father's Mini 14 assault rifle and giving it to Tyler to sell for drug money. Sydney said that he, Wade, Tyler, and a few other friends have been getting high off weed, Molly, and Xanax pills. He also admitted to taking his mother's jewelry and having it pawned. Sydney said that Wade and Tyler came over that day and Wade parked down the street because his parents don't like him hanging with them. So Sydney is a guy. Okay, I thought so. He also said that Tyler and Wade came inside of the residence, which contradicts Wade's statement earlier about not entering the residence. Sydney said that Tyler was with him when they went into his parents' bedroom to get the Mini 14 assault rifle, while Wade was last seen in the living room. Sydney stated that he only gave Tyler one gun and did not see him with any other guns when him and Wade left. I informed Sydney that Wade and Tyler were in the vehicle and, wait, hold on. Wait, who are we talking on? So I informed Sydney that Wade and Tyler were in the vehicle crash shortly after they left his house, and 3 guns were recovered from the crash site. Sydney said that he only gave Tyler the Mini 14 and didn't know how they came to possession of the other 2 guns. So they stole 3 guns from her. Sydney said that he knew about the crash because Tyler texted him saying they had crashed. He also said that Wade called him while he was on his way to his interview with me and told him not to get him in trouble. Um, Sydney's parents were taken to LCSO evidence where the guns recovered from the crash. Mr. Patrick Wester positively identified all 3 of his guns. On 1/18/15, I received a call from investigator Laura Garrick from Tallahassee, advising that Wade was coming in for her to interview him. Wilson is also a suspect in several cases that I'm working. After being interviewed by investigator Garrick, Wilson was again advised of his Miranda warnings, which he waived. Wilson advised that he wished to speak with Detective Salvo and I. I asked Wilson if he knew why he was being interviewed, and he stated that he had no idea. I asked if he remembered being involved in a vehicle crash that occurred on 12/2/14, and he stated that he remembered. I asked if he remembered why he crashed, and he stated that there was something on the road, so he swerved to miss it and hit a tree. I then asked if anyone was with him, and he replied, Tyler, referring to Tyler Ogden. I asked Wade if he was driving the vehicle that day he crashed, and he said that he was most of the day, but Tyler drove some. He later said that Tyler was driving and they crashed, but he told the officer on scene that he was driving because Tyler didn't want to get him in trouble. Wait, wait, he later said that Tyler was driving when they crashed, but he told the officer on the scene he was driving because Tyler didn't want to get him in trouble. Well, is that's worded wrong? Wouldn't it be because he didn't want to get Tyler in trouble? Because he's saying he later said, so they're talking about Wade later said that Tyler was driving when they crashed, but he told the officer on the scene that he was driving. So Wade was driving because Tyler didn't want to get in trouble. Oh, because Tyler didn't want to get in trouble. Sorry. I thought it was worded wrong. Okay. So he's basically saying he like took the fall for Tyler on that, but now he's not. Now he's like, no, I wasn't driving. He later said that he was messed up on Xanax and was asleep in the vehicle. Wade said that when he woke up, his shirt was off and blood was all over him. Note that the guns recovered by Deputy Revel in the woods near the crash were under a shirt covered by pine straw. Wade later said that he didn't remember much because he was blacked out, but remembered Tyler pulling him from the vehicle and asking him to tell them that he was driving because he didn't want to get in trouble. I then asked Wade what happened to the guns that were in the car, and he said that he didn't know. Wade stated that he had spoken with Sidney Wester after the crash and had told him that someone had placed the guns in the woods near the crash. I then asked Wade if anyone was in the vehicle besides him and Tyler, and he said no. So Tyler must have put the guns in the woods because I was blacked out and don't remember. I then informed him that a witness observed both occupants of the vehicle placing what appeared to be guns into the woods. Wade said that he didn't even know where the guns in the vehicle, he didn't even know there were guns in the vehicle. I informed Wade that the guns along with ammunition were recovered and there was blood all over them. He said that he was sure his blood was on them because it was all over the inside of the vehicle. He then said that he was in the passenger seat when the crash occurred because his head hit the front windshield on the passenger side. I then asked him if he filed a false report since he was now stating that he was the passenger and not the driver of the vehicle. Wade said that he did not file a false report. I showed him where he was listed as the driver of the vehicle in the crash report, and Tyler is listed as the passenger. I again asked him if he told the deputy on scene that he was driving, to which he replied he did, but only to keep Tyler from getting into trouble. Wade previously stated that there was something in the road that made him swerve and hit a tree on the side of the road. I later asked him about the burglary to Mr. Ogden's storage shed. And Wade said that he had no knowledge of it and that he was never there. He's never been there. I informed him that they have a video surveillance at the Smart Stop self storage and that I am waiting to retrieve the video. Wade said that he nor his father's white Infinity SUV would be seen on the video because he has never been there. Wade also said that Tyler's father blames him for Tyler's drug use because he hangs around him. I asked Wade why he contacted Sydney on that day. I interviewed him. He said that he didn't know what was going on, so he called him to see what was going on. I asked Wade where they were involved in the crash, and he said that he and Tyler had gone to the house, a friend of Tyler's named Sid, referring to Sydney. Wade said that he didn't know Sydney that well, so he stayed in the vehicle while Tyler went inside. I asked if he ever went into the residence, and he said no, which is a lot. I mean, Sydney just said he did go into it, but he stayed in the living room while Tyler went to the bedroom to get the guns. But remember, then all of a sudden, he said he only gave him one gun, but they somehow had all three guns. So either Sydney's lying or Wade and freaking Tyler stole more guns behind Sydney's back. You guys following? Hey, Vincent. Is this interesting to you guys? It is to me. I don't know. Just to kind of see how he, what he was like back then. Hey, Curious KB. Vincent. Mellow. Soul. We got Asane in the house. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Shannon. Okay. I'm requesting warrants for possession of a firearm by convicted felon, grand theft firearm, false report regarding traffic incident for Wilson. Wade Wilson is convicted felon who was released from Department of Corrections on 9/19/14 for burglary and grand theft. Tyler Ogden was in a drug rehab in Bay County, but has run away and is reported as a runaway on 1/12/15. Verified by the Consolidated Dispatch Agency. I'm requesting warrants for grand theft firearm, possession of firearm by delinquent, and dealing in stolen property for Tyler. Okay. Now, so this is talking about his charges. The resistant officer on December 3rd, resist, obstruct, or oppose in the lawful execution of any legal duty without offering or doing violence to the person of said officers. And then on December 3rd, 2014, he did unlawfully by acts, threats, commands, or persuasion, harboring, encouraging him to remain at large, and or interfering with his ability to receive drug treatment, induce or endeavor to induce Tyler Ogden, a child, to do or to perform an act, follow a course, or conduct or live in such a manner as to cause or tend to cause such a child to become or remain dependent or delinquent child or child in need of services. So Tyler must have been a delinquent. And this is, I should have read this one. Where is it at? Where what they're talking about. It's somewhere right here. Yeah, this is what they're talking about. What they're charging Wade for, because what he did right here, where he's contributing to the delinquency or dependency of a child, because he basically persuaded Tyler to do this, what we're going to read right here. Okay. So Tyler must be a minor. Okay. So now 12/3/2014, at approximately 14:24 hours, I was dispatched to Hopkins Eatery in reference to a report of a recovered missing person wanted. The arrestee, identified as Wade Wilson, was observed inside the restaurant with the co-defendant identified as Tyler Ogden. So this is all like around the same time. This is the same month of that attack, and now they get all the guns. They freaking get in a crash, steal guns from 3 different people. Now this whole thing where he's basically harboring a missing person, not harboring, but kind of telling him to take off. Okay. I made contact with Ogden, which is Tyler, in an attempt to confirm his identity and check his status as a missing wanted person. While I was engaged with Ogden, Wilson was seated across from Ogden and advised him not to cooperate with my investigation. Wilson stated multiple times, "You," referring to Ogden, "can leave if you want to." She, referring to me, has no authority to touch you. So Wade is like, you could leave. She has no authority to touch you. Due to Wilson's persistent persuasion, Ogden became verbally and physically aggressive. Ogden stood up in an attempt to leave the premises at 3 times, and each time I pushed him back down into his seat. Ogden clenched his fists and pointed his finger in my face while stating multiple times, "If you put your hands on me again, I'm going to F you up, bitch." So that Ogden is saying that to him. I advise Ogden to cooperate with my investigation to prevent the situation from escalating. However, Wilson continuously advised Ogden to behave in a delinquent, aggressive manner. Wilson's act of encouraging Ogden to resist arrest led to Ogden eventually behaving so aggressively that he was tased on scene to gain control of him in effect in arrest. After Ogden was placed under arrest, contact was made with Ogden's father via phone. He stated Ogden had been in company of Wilson for approximately 3 days. Ogden stated he had been searching for Ogden in an attempt to escort him to drug treatment program. However, Wilson had been harboring Ogden, encouraging him to remain at large and interfering with his ability to receive drug treatment. Okay. So this is saying how Wade lives with his parents at this time, because remember, he's only 20 at this time, 2014. Yeah. All right. Now, here is the 2014 attack, right? So this is, like I said, if you guys want to hear the whole report, because I did read it twice, unless you guys want me to read it again, but so it's before the undersigned authority personally appeared, being duly sworn on the 13th day of December, 2014. The aforesaid defendant did lawfully commit a sexual battery upon person 12 years of age or older by penetrating the victim's vagina and anus with his penis without the victim's consent, and in the process threatened to use a gun, a deadly weapon. Contrary to the statute, rule, regulation, and other provision of law in such case made provided against the peaceful dignity of Florida. Okay. And then the warrant. So this is a warrant for the warrant. This is no bond. Okay. Here is the report. I can read it again. It's up to you. What do you guys think? I did read it a couple times. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if you want me to read it again, but I just want to go over some of this here. So, so at this time, he was listed as height 6'2", weight 205, brown hair, brown eyes, at large. So he's at large. So on January 7th, okay, he turns himself in. So he takes off. He's at large. She must, I don't know if she goes right away and makes the account. I'm not sure how quick she goes and goes to them and reports it. Oh yeah, no, I know, Sheila. I know. That's what we're going to talk about. So here's the 4 counts. So sexual assault with a weapon, sexual battery, victim 12 years or older, kidnap, commit, or facilitate commission of a felony, resist officer, obstruct without violence, contributing delinquency of a minor or dependency. Okay. So says the undersigned certifies and swears that he or she has just and reasonable grounds to believe and does believe that the above named defendant on Wednesday, January 7th, 2015 at approximately 15:15 did the following violation of law. So wanted person, time of arrest. So it was the 7th, but it says somewhere he turned himself in, but he basically said he was innocent. He never said, where is it? Right here. Okay. Says I had information the defendant Wade Wilson was wanted. Sorry, I said that weird. Was wanted. Oh lordy. Okay. On January 7th, 2015, Wilson called investigator Garrick, he said he wanted to turn himself in and provided evidence that he was innocent and provide evidence that he was innocent. So he's like, I want to turn myself in and provide evidence I'm innocent. Wilson met us in the lobby of the station just after 3 p.m. Now, so remember, this happened on the 13th. So it almost took him a whole month to turn himself in. But I don't know when she reported it. So I'll have to keep going through more documents and see if I can find out. But the probable cause, let's see. Does it say when she reported it? Yeah, he did. She went right away because on December 14th, it happened late December 13th. She went the next day. Yeah. Do you want me to read it again or no? Let me know. And as you guys are, put a 1 if you want me to read it again and a 2 if not. And I won't mind if you don't want me. It's fine if you don't want me to again because like I said, I have read it. All right. So now, hold on 1 second. I want to go over this. So here is the counts. Okay. So this is what the different counts that the jury had to decide on, right? Okay. So let's see. Count 1. On or about December 13th, did lawfully commit sexual battery upon a person 12 years of age or older by penetration of or union with victim's vagina, by the defendant's penis, coercing the victims to submit by threatening to use force or violence likely to cause serious personal injury, and the victim reasonably believed that he had the present ability to execute the threat contrary to section blah, blah, blah. That's count 1. Count 2 is on April 23rd, 2014, did lawfully commit sexual battery upon a person 12 years of age or older by penetration. Wait, to April 23rd. That must be, I think that's got to be a typo. But here's the count 3. That's weird. Okay, count 3. On December 13th, 2014, 12 years of age. That's the same thing. Wait, count 4. Did forcibly, secretly, or by threat confine, abduct, or imprison another person against his or her will and without lawful authority with the intent to inflict bodily harm upon, to terrorize the person, or with the intent to commit or facilitate commission of the felony. Oh, you want me to read it again? I can. Yeah, I don't understand this. Is that a typo? Or is there something else? There's no way he had another interaction with her because, I mean, that wouldn't happen. But let me just read this real quick. And then, so this is the counts where they had to, say guilty or not. So we, the jury, find the defendant guilty as charged of sexual battery by threats reasonably believed. During the course of the offense was there penetration, and then it says the same thing, penetration. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find here. This is the one. Jury notes. Okay. So this is a couple of notes that they did. Okay. So the estimated trial was a day trial. It was so it happened December 2014, which, and then the next month is 2015. So then the jury wasn't until the trial wasn't until that October 2015. So the courtroom is 3D, 1-day trial. Tried to verdict, plea not guilty, counts 1, 2, and 3 of 4. It gives you all the jury names and juror numbers. State attorney, defense attorney. He must have had a good defense attorney. So his defense attorneys were Matthew Williams and Lacey Cantor. Wonder if it's Alexis Williams, his fiance or whatever. Williams is such a common last name. Anyway, so if you go by, there's a couple jury notes. So first of all, we have the state and defense. So state has a CD, video, toxicology kit, a sexual assault kit, pants, Photo of vehicle was not admitted. 25 photos of CB taken at the hospital, so the victim. Um, Clothing, medical records, and then so one of the jurors says, Judge Carroll, wonder why no witnesses for the defense were questioned. If there was a gun or guns in the vehicle, the victim testified, or if there was a gun or guns in the vehicle, the victim testified that she felt that she was being threatened with either a gun or two guns. The owner of the vehicle should have known if there was a gun or guns in the vehicle. So that shows me right there that they've never proved that there was a freaking gun. I mean, how? Like, that's bull crap. And then this one says, "We would like to see the video and the original photos, on the camera." That was the foreman asked, and, the judge responds, "Members of the jury, I have received your 2 inquiries. With regard to the inquiry as to the presence of a gun or guns in the vehicle, I'm not able to respond to this question because it calls for information that is not evidence. Your decision must be based only on the evidence presented in the trial and the law that I have given you. If you have any other specific questions, please send a note and I'll see if I can answer it." And then he says, with regard to the request for the original photos on the camera, those are not in evidence and likewise cannot be provided to you. I will have you returned to the courtroom shortly to view videos. While you are in the courtroom viewing the same, I would respectfully ask that you do not comment on or discuss the case in the jury box. All deliberations must be conducted in the privacy of the jury room. And then attorney panelist. Here's the jurors. I just can't believe they found him not guilty. I didn't see. I could get those documents. I didn't even save those where it just basically shows not guilty. It's just ridiculous. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to thank some people. Hold on. Thank you. Thank you, Fruit Loopy. I'm sorry. I'm just now seeing all this stuff. Tanya, thank you. And Movie Star Memories, thanks for the super chat. Soul, thank you. Sometimes it takes me a minute. I end up seeing them because everything, all the super chats and everything gets starred, so you can't really miss them. I just have to go to that section. But if I'm reading, it might just take a minute. But thank you guys. Anyway, this says oral stip between the parties in open court to amend the date on the info for count 2 from 4/23/14 to 12/13. There we go. It was a typo. It's explaining it right here. It say amend the date from 4/23 to 12/13. It was okay. That answers that. I'm glad I read that little note. I almost missed that. So they just, yeah, they made a mistake on that. And then it says oral stip between the parties in open court as to the I can't even say it, authenticity of medical records, and what does that say? All hand of into evidence. All been handed into evidence, maybe? Authenticity of medical records. And hold on, let me make that bigger. Why am I having trouble reading what that says? And admittance. Why can't I talk today? Admittance of into evidence. So wait, are they like questioning the authenticity of the medical records? Admittance of into evidence. Defense motion for mistrial denied. Exhibits, jury questions. Yeah. Anyway. And then here's the final jury instructions, okay? Hold on one second. Give me 1 minute. right. So you want to like this? I think this is important. This is what the jury had to decide on. This is the one I was looking for. It's like, dang, I knew there was something that went specific. I'm glad. Okay, hold on one second. So this was their instructions now, and then somehow they decided not guilty. Okay. So it goes over. Members of the jury, I thank you for your attention during this trial. Please pay attention to the instructions I'm about to give you. Statements of charge. Wade Wilson, the defendant. Hold on a second. All right. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Wade Wilson, the defendant, in this case, has been accused of 3 counts of the crime of sexual battery by threats of reasonably believed and 1 count of kidnapping to inflict bodily harm or to terrorize or to facilitate a felony. Count 1, sexual battery by threats reasonably believed. To prove the crime of sexual battery upon a person 12 years of age or older, under specified circumstances, the state must prove the following 4 elements beyond a reasonable doubt. Blank was 12 years of age or older. Wade Wilson committed an act upon her in which the penis of the defendant penetrated or had union with the vagina. Wade Wilson coerced her to submit by threatening to use force or violence likely to cause serious personal injury to her. Reasonably believed Wade Wilson had the present ability to execute the threat. The act was committed without her consent. Consent means intelligent, knowing, and voluntary consent and does not include coerced submission. Consent does not mean the failure by the alleged victim to offer physical resistance to the offender. Okay. Evidence of the victim's mental incapacity or defect, if any, may be considered in determining whether there was an intelligent, knowing, and voluntary consent. Mentally incapacitated means that the person is rendered temporarily incapable of appraising or controlling his or her conduct due to the influence of a narcotic, anesthetic, or intoxicating substance administered to that person without his or her consent, or due to any other act committed upon the person without his or her consent. Union means contact. Serious personal injury means great bodily harm or pain, permanent disability, or permanent disfigurement. When there are lesser included crimes or attempts, and considering the evidence, you should consider the possibility that although the evidence may not convince you that the defendant committed the main crimes of which he is accused, there may be evidence that he committed other acts that would constitute a lesser included crime or crimes. Therefore, if you decide that the main accusation has not been proved beyond a reasonable doubt, you will next need to decide if the defendant is guilty of any lesser included crime. The lesser crimes indicated in the definition of sexual battery by threats reasonably believed are sexual battery and battery, but nothing. They didn't even do the lesser crime. It makes absolutely no sense. Sexual battery on person 12 years of age or older. To prove the crime of sexual battery upon a person of 12 years of age or older, the state must prove the following 3 elements: that she was 12 years older, he committed an act upon her in which his penis, the penetration, the act was committed without consent. Consent means so it's the same thing. Okay. Battery. So here's a different charge. To prove the crime of battery, the state must prove the following element beyond a reasonable doubt. Wade Wilson intentionally touched or struck her against her will. He intentionally caused bodily harm to her. Count 2, sexual battery by threats reasonably believed. To prove the crime of sexual battery, the person 12 years or older. Okay. So she was 12 years or older, the whole penetration, coerced her to submit by threatening to use force of violence likely to cause serious personal injury, and she reasonably believed that Wade had the present ability to execute the threat. Remember, he threatened her with a gun. The act was committed without the consent of her. Okay. And then it talks about the lesser charge. Did we decide, do you want me to read it, guys? You think the jury got it right? What are you talking about? This is for they found him not guilty for this. You think they got it right for this? What? Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to disagree. Are you talking about for the death penalty? Maybe you're talking about that. I hope you're talking about the murder charges. Yeah, they got it right, but not for this. All right, hold on one second. Yeah, that's not, no, I disagree. Knowing what we know. I bet you if here's the thing, I bet you if the jury now seen, what he's done with now in the future of this case, of this 2014 case, and then they see all that, like if they go back now, I bet you I know it doesn't work that way, but I bet you they would say guilty. Anyway, all right, where did I leave off at? Yes, thank you. Hey, hate corruption. Wait, you disagree with what? Me hate corruption? Wait, you think I don't know what you're disagreeing with. You think that they got it right for this 2014 attack? Is that what you're saying? Your piece on. Oh, thank you. Zavriel, don't disagree. Wait, what? I don't understand what you're saying. Zavriel, don't disagree. With what? I'm just asking what. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, I don't know what you're saying, but just maybe explain a little bit more what you're trying to say. Okay, where are we at? Why won't this go off? I'm trying to get this to exit. There we go. Okay, so this is the same stuff here. Battery. The battery. She touched or struck her. Each count is basically saying the same thing. Oh, here we go. This is where we left off, right? But it's basically saying the same thing because it's the same ones, but here's a different one. The kidnapping charge. Okay, so the battery, we already read what the battery ones are. Now, the kidnapping one is to prove the crime of kidnapping. The state must prove the following three elements beyond a reasonable doubt. Wade forcibly, secretly by threat, confined, abducted, and imprisoned her against her will, which I see where they got that. I mean, remember, he covered her up with clothes and stuff on the floorboard to cover her up when the friends came to the car. He had no lawful authority to do so. He acted with intent to commit, facilitate the commission of sexual battery, or to inflict bodily harm upon or terrorize her or another person. In order to kidnapping, the confinement, abduction, or imprisonment must not be slight, inconsequential, or merely incidental to the sexual battery, must not be the kind of inherent in the nature of the sexual battery, and must have some significance independent of the sexual battery in that it makes the sexual battery substantially easier of commission or substantially lessen the risk of detection. So secretly means the defendant intended to isolate or insulate the victim from meaningful contact or meaningful communication. False imprisonment, confined, abducted, imprisoned, restrained her against her will, and he had no lawful authority to do so. Secretly means the defendant intended to isolate or insulate the victim, like I just read. And then plea of not guilty, reasonable doubt or burden of proof. The defendant has entered a plea of not guilty. This means you must presume or believe that the defendant is innocent. The presumption stays with the defendant as to each material allegations and the information through each stage of the trial, unless it has been overcome by the evidence to the exclusion of and beyond reasonable doubt. To overcome the defendant's presumption of innocence, the state has the burden of proving the crime with which the defendant is charged was committed and the defendant and the person who committed it. Okay, hold on. The defendant is not required to present evidence or prove anything. Whenever the words reasonable doubt are used, you must consider the following. A reasonable doubt is not a mere possible doubt, a speculative, imaginary, or forced doubt. Such a doubt must not influence you to return a verdict of not guilty. If you have an abiding conviction of guilt, on the other hand, if after carefully considering, comparing, and weighing all the evidence, there is not an abiding conviction of guilt, or if having a conviction, it is one which is not stable, but one which wavers and vacillates, then the charge is not proved beyond every reasonable doubt, and you must find the defendant not guilty because the doubt is reasonable. It is to the evidence introduced in this trial and to it alone that you are to look for that proof. A reasonable doubt as to the guilt of the defendant may arise from the evidence, conflict in the evidence, or the lack of evidence. If you have a reasonable doubt, you should find the defendant not guilty. If you have no reasonable doubt, you should find the defendant guilty. Weighing the evidence. It is up to you to decide what evidence is reliable. You should use your common sense in deciding which is the best evidence and which evidence should not be relied upon in considering your verdict. You may find some of the evidence not reliable or less reliable than others. You should consider how the witness acted as well as what they said. Some things you should consider are: did the witness seem to have an opportunity to see and know the things about which the witness testified? Did the witness seem to have an accurate memory? Was the witness honest and straightforward in answering the attorney's questions? Did the witness have some interest in how the case should be decided? Does the witness's testimony agree with the other testimony and other evidence in the case? Did the witness at some other time make a statement that is inconsistent with the testimony he or she gave in court? Whether the state has met its burden of proof does not depend upon the number of witnesses it has called or upon the number of exhibits it has offered, but instead upon the nature and quality of the evidence presented. The fact that a witness is employed in law enforcement does not mean that his or her testimony deserves more or less consideration than any of the other witnesses. Expert witnesses are like other witnesses, with one exception. The law permits an expert witness to give his or her opinion. However, an expert's opinion is reliable only when given on subject which you believe him or to be an expert. Like other witnesses, you may believe or disbelieve all or any part of the expert's testimony. It is entirely proper for a lawyer to talk to a witness about what testimony the witness would give if called to the courtroom. The witness should not be discredited by talking to a lawyer about his or her testimony. You may rely on your own conclusion about the credibility of a witness. A juror may believe or disbelieve any part of the evidence or testimony. Defendant not testifying. Rules of deliberation. Yeah, so anyway. So you do want me to read the thing or not? I guess it's not that long. I guess I could. We still have some other charges to go through, but I could read some. Let's see here. I think it's right here, yeah. Well, trigger warning, because it's hard. It really is. I'll read it though. It's only 4 pages, so I can do it. Won't take that long, and then we'll move on to the other ones. Let me take a sip of coffee though. Right there, it says 22-year-old, and I'm an idiot. I've read this thing so many times. Well, I've read it twice on a video, and then probably like once. So I've at least read this like 3 times. And it says right here, 22-year-old female. I am an idiot. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes things go over my head and I'm silly. Like, oh, I'm trying to like look into her because I'm trying to find her age. And right here, it's right there. But that's me. You'll learn. I'm not dumb, but I have silly moments like that, like this. No, I'm not sick at all, really? Maybe well, I have a new mic, I wonder if that's it. Is my mic loud or is it pretty good? Is it too loud? Because like I said, I can't hear what it sounds like because I don't have alright, let's read this. On December 14th, 2014, this agency responded to the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital in reference to a sexual battery. The investigator was then contacted as the on call investigator for the Special Victims Unit and responded to TMH to meet the victim. The victim, referred to as the victim for the remainder of this report, a 22-year-old female, said, wait, oh yeah, sorry, let me take this comment down real quick. Said she and her friend Dylan went to a party after getting to the party, the victim was offered some punch mixed in a cooler for party attendees to drink. The victim made up an excuse why she could not drink the punch and then stated she would go get some vodka. Dylan drove the victim to a nearby liquor store where she purchased a small bottle of vodka. The victim returned to the party and she and Dylan hung out by the DJ, who was blank Charles Osborne, also known as Chase. Wait. I don't know I don't know what like this is this another name? Because then the name's right here. That's weird. Anyway, at some point, Dylan left the DJ area and the victim was left hanging out with Chase and Ben, the other DJ at the party. Okay. The victim said she was a little uncomfortable because she did not know anyone there except Chase and Dylan. The victim said she continued to drink her vodka and started to feel sick. While standing near the DJ, the victim could smell somebody smoking weed. The victim turned around and saw a female smoking weed nearby. The victim said when she gets nauseous from drinking, the only thing that helps the nausea is smoking some weed. You know the crazy thing is like if I'm already buzzed up on alcohol, like when I used to party, if I would smoke weed after I was like pretty drunk, I'd get nauseous. Like that would make me spin. Like I could smoke before drinking, but if I smoke after I've had a lot, it makes me nauseous. Anyway, not that you guys care. All right, hold on. Let me put this back in. What? Why won't that? Why do I always forget how to make this go back in? Anyway, I guess it doesn't go back in. Okay, there we go. Okay. So she does it when she feels nauseous. Weed helps her. Okay. The victim walked up to the unknown female and asked if she could smoke some. The female agreed and then bragging about how good the weed was because it was from Colorado. Oh, then began bragging. Okay. The victim and the female, uh, Caitlin, whose last name was unknown at the time, but she is believed to be Caitlin, began hanging out with and talking. Caitlin and the victim eventually walked over towards one of the bonfires where the victim was introduced to the suspect, Wade Wilson. Caitlin introduced the suspect as Wade, first name only, and stated Wade was one of her best friends. The victim told Wade she had noticed him when he walked in because of his dimples, which were really cute. The victim said during the very brief conversation around the fire, she told Wade she liked his tattoos, or she liked tattoos, and Wade lifted his shirt, exposing more tattoos. The victim revealed that she had recently gotten out of a 2.5-year relationship with her girlfriend. Wade made a passing comment about him and Caitlin getting lucky tonight and said something about a threesome. The victim ignored the comment. Shortly after, the suspect asked the victim if she wanted to go smoke some weed. The victim agreed, and she and Wade exited the backyard through a gate on one side of the house. The two walked around to the front of the house and over to a maroon-colored SUV type vehicle, similar to that of a Honda CR-V. Wade got into the driver's seat and the victim into the passenger seat. The two smoked a few bowls of weed in a smoking device called a steamroller. She described the device as being a long pipe that fills up with smoke. She explained it as being something used to get a stronger high. After smoking, Wade told the victim to get into the back seat. The victim asked why, and Wade told the victim in a more forceful tone to get in the back seat. The victim felt as if she had no choice but to get into the back seat. So she crawled to the back seat. The victim began feeling very uncomfortable. Once in the back seat, Wade drove around for a little while. She didn't know how long they drove around because Wade made her get on the floorboard of the back seat and covered her with jackets. Wade kept telling her nobody could see her in the vehicle. Wade finally stopped the vehicle, and the victim realized they were still in the area, same area. Wade parked on the side of the street. The victim said Wade got into the back seat and started choking her by the neck with both hands. The victim kept asking him to let her out of the vehicle and asked to go back to the party, but he would not let her leave. Wade told the victim she had two options. One was to do what he tells her to do, and the second option is to get shot. Wilson stated he had a gun and would shoot her if she did not do what he said or if she tried to run. The victim said he kept calling her a bitch throughout the attack. The victim said after being choked and threatened with a gun, she became extremely scared and feared for her life. The victim said she went into survival mode and began doing whatever Wilson asked and tried her best not to make him mad. The victim does not recall how her clothing was removed, but once it was off, it was completely off. The victim said she was completely naked and Wade began anally penetrating the victim. The victim stated it hurt, but she was not going to do anything to make him mad. Wade continued to anally penetrate her for an unknown amount of time. Wade then pulled his penis out of the victim's anus and began to vaginally penetrate the victim with his penis. The victim would tell Wade the victim could tell Wade was not wearing a condom. Toward the beginning, Wade wrapped his jacket around the victim's head. The victim said it was a lightweight Seminoles jacket, and every time she took a breath, every time she took a breath, and the jacket would suck into her mouth, making it hard for her to breathe. The victim felt like she was suffocating and began to panic. The victim recalled while she had Wade's jacket wrapped around her head, she kept seeing a light and hearing a noise. The victim finally recognized the noise and figured out Wade was taking a video of what was happening. The victim could not understand why he was recording the incident, but did not say anything because she was too scared. The victim did advise that anytime the light came on, the video recording began. Wade would change his tone of voice and attitude to that of a nicer person. Once the video went off, Wade would return to the forceful and violent person he had been prior. Wade recorded 7 or 8 short videos on the victim's cell phone of sexual battery. The victim said at some point, some of Wade's friends came over to the car and Wade made the victim get on the back floorboard prior to the friends getting up to the vehicle. The victim stated she was lying on the back floorboard with her head basically under the back passenger seat. She said her hip was over the center hump of the back floorboard and she was in a very awkward position. Wade covered her in jackets and told her not to say anything. Wade talked briefly with his friends, and Wade told them he had a naked chick in the back of the car, and his friends finally walked away. Wade then returned to sexually battering the victim. The victim said she began having an anxiety attack and could not breathe. She began asking Wade to open the door or even crack a window, and Wade told her he could not do that. The victim stated Wade was telling her not to act crazy or he would have to kill her. The victim became very nauseous and threw up in the back floorboard of the vehicle. After the victim threw up, Wade forced her to smoke more weed even after the victim refused. Throughout the sexual battery, Wade referred to his gun or threatened the victim with a gun approximately 5 to 10 times. The victim said she complied with everything Wade told her to do because she was afraid she was going to die. Sometime during the sexual battery, Wade took the victim's tights and tied them around the victim's ankles. The victim said he tied the tights extremely tight. The victim said Wade continuously ard her anally and vaginally for a total of about 3 hours. While Wade was still arding her, the victim said she thought it was the end and she was going to die. She said she started trying to think of happy things and was trying to put herself mentally somewhere she could be okay. The victim said she started saying the prayer, Our Father, over and over in her head. After about the 10th time, Wade said, F it, I'm over it, and Wade stopped. Afterwards, she frantically tried to get some of her clothes on, and Wade's attitude changed a little. He tried to get the car started and could not get it started, so he made the victim get out and push the vehicle. Wade threatened the victim before she got out, assuring she would not run. The victim helped Wade get the vehicle started, and then she got back into the car as demanded by Wade. Wade drove back to pick up his friends from the party, and his friends said they had been looking for him. The friends said they called the police to report the car stolen. Wade got into the front passenger seat and told the victim to sit on his lap. The victim did not want to sit on his lap, but was again scared to make him mad. The victim was only able to put on her skirt, tops, and boots. Wade's friend asked the victim where they could drop her off at, and the victim told them her brother's house. The entire ride, Wade continued the sexual battery by penetrating the victim's anus with his fingers. They said they got closer and closer to her brother's house. Wade got rougher and rougher. She felt Wade was being rough as a reminder of his threat for her not to tell anybody what happened. Man. Wade told her, "I hate that I do it. I had to do it like this because you're so beautiful." Man. Wade's friend dropped her off at her brother's house, and the victim said that when she got out of her car at her brother's house, Wade again asked the victim her name. She responded, and he again asked her full name in a threatening manner. She told him. She felt like he was asking her name so he knew who she was in case he had to find her to follow through with the threats he made to her. The victim ran to her brother's front door and knocked and knocked and knocked. Woke up the victim and until blank woke up. The victim told her brother she had just been AR'd for 3 hours and he was hysterical and was crying. The victim went in and took a shower. The victim says she sat down in the shower, but it hurt so bad to sit down. Victim said while in the shower, she pulled out a handful of her hair due to stress and anxiety she was feeling. After the shower, her brother offered her his bed and she went to sleep. Her brother slept on the couch for the night. The following morning, the victim discovered the tampon she had been wearing the night before was no longer inside of her, or had been pushed so far into her that she could no longer locate it. Man. Wow. The victim was also missing 2 small earring gauges, a nose ring, and possibly her tights, later located. At that point, the victim chose to go to the hospital for a SA evidence kit. The victim presented at the hospital with multiple abrasions, bruises, and scratches to her body. Some of the injuries were as follow. On the right knee, she had abrasions and scratches. On her right foot, small bruise on the area just above the 4th toe. Right hip, a bruise and scratch along the hip bone and waist. That's the floorboard, probably. She said her hip was on the floorboard. That would be. And she said her head was basically under the passenger seat, which that would make sense to have bruises. Yeah, Oh, man. Anyway, left elbow bruised. Oh, where are we at? Left elbow bruised and slightly swollen. Painful to move. Right side of chin, red mark and bruise. Neck scratched or abraded area running horizontally across the windpipe. Lip bruised and slightly swollen. Nose abrasion across the bridge of the nose. Right side of the neck scratches. Left side of the neck bruised. Right side of the head above the ear slight swelling tender to the touch. Left ankle scratch. On December 17th, this investigator attempted contact with the suspect, Wade. Wade could not be located at his listed residence. Several other addresses were checked. His known associates were contacted without success. All attempts to locate Wade were unsuccessful. He's currently out on bond in reference to 2 other unrelated charges. And then on December 23rd, Assistant State Attorney was briefed on the facts and the evidence of the case and approved charging Wade with charges of sexual battery by force and kidnapping. So, and then we know on January 7th, he turned himself in, but said I could prove I'm innocent. Well, he probably had his friends, like the witnesses, lie. Or they really wouldn't need to lie because what would, I'm sure they lied somewhat, but because what would they saw? Like hid her, he covered her, so they weren't even able to see anything. So I mean, they probably just said like, "Oh yeah, he was in the car with her." Like, yeah, she was. I mean, I'm sure they exaggerated and they probably did lie. Like, "Oh yeah, she was willing," or I don't know. I wish we could see like how what they testified and what they said, but I just don't understand because the jury should realize like, okay, if you have witnesses that are Wade's friends, like, of course they're gonna lie. I mean, of course they could lie for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my question is like, I wonder if it was more like, yeah, he was with her, or it was more like they actually, like, added things to make it look like they had to have, because with that evidence, with her injuries and stuff, they had to have added things to really convince the jury, because otherwise, I mean, the evidence was there, like, you have the videos, like, what about those videos? So you saw there was videos from her phone that they saw, so the videos that he took, what did it turn into? Like, "Oh, no, it was consensual. See, look at these videos. We were having fun." Like, I don't know. Makes me sick. All right. So next, we're gonna move on to another arrest here. It's just hold on. Oh, that one. Reckless. So we have two more. Let me say hi to a few of you guys here. Yeah, we have two more to read, guys. I know it really is sad. It really is. It makes me sick. Oh wait, hold on. How's everybody doing? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Just taking a break from reading for a minute so I could chat with you guys. Hold on. Let me remove this in case if I think I have my audio shared. I don't wanna pull up my YouTube side. 1 second. All right. Give me 1 minute, guys. Okay. All right, who do we got here? Nora, what's up? Billy Blaze, Billy Blaze. Wait, what are you guys talking about now? I nothing but a thing. But wait, what do you mean? Why was she smoking weed? That's what I mean. People just smoke weed at a party, though. What does that have to do with her innocence or guilt, or his innocence or guilt? Yeah. I know. I was wondering when we read the shower. I'm like, oh, dude, I wonder if they're able to get any. But I mean, you saw that they had that kit and stuff. I just haven't been able to find the results of that. So I'm gonna keep digging and seeing, because I want to see, like, I don't know if that'll be available. Like, from what I've went over so far, I haven't been able to find the results. But if I'm gonna keep looking a little bit and see, because yeah, I would like to no, like, what did it show? What did it show? What did the results show? Um, but here's the thing though. If Wade was trying to go the route, oh, it was consensual, then it would show the same thing. So you know what I'm saying? So that's the sucky thing, right? But it's like, the jury has to use their, what is it called? Like, okay, let's see. She has all these injuries. Um, you know, it sucks because they can't go back like for, legal purposes. They're not going to be able to really go back to his history, right? But we saw like that month, I mean, he was freaking stealing guns and that same month. And then prior to that, he was robbing and doing drugs and, you know, I'm not saying drugs make you do violent stuff, but I'm just saying just to see what he was doing. But I mean, you can't sucks they can't use that for uh it's that has to be hard for her. You know what I'm saying? They go to trial. She just went through this traumatic thing. And a lot of freaking victims of that kind of thing, they don't even, you know, wanna like, it's embarrassing, it's hard, it's like, you don't wanna relive it, and, a lot of people don't even just bother making a report, but if you do, you gotta go through it, and then it looks like she testified during the trial, so not only have to report it, that's embarrassing, and that's probably hard to go through, and then you go through trial, you have to go, sit there and tell the story, and then to basically have the jury basically tell you you're lying, like something you just went through. They're basically saying, nope, we don't believe you. That has to be freaking hard. I'm sorry. That's not right. Mama Mia, hey, did I say hi to you? Thank you for coming. No, shower means she was so disgusted she wanted to get like, oh, let me clean off. I don't think it means relax at all. I think it means, oh, like, "Oh my god, like, dirt like, get this off of me." Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just like, "Ew," like, "Wash it away, wash it off." Like, I get that. I feel like that's a lot of people's first like, what they first wanna do when something like that is to wash it off, wash it away, you know? "Hey, Godcham, what's up? Where are we going?" "I'm just chatting." "You mean let's go, like, you want me to read? Or you just got here?" "Hey, Casey." I like to just stop and chat with people a little bit. That's why I try to do pre-records too for people that don't like the interaction type thing. Is this new or still with the old news? It's all the I don't know. I mean, it's new to me. Like if you think about all the cases is old stuff that's already happened. A lot of times it happened and we're going through some of the stuff that already happened. So these are like yeah, I haven't seen any of these reports. They're reports besides the 2014. But no, I went through like a bunch of different incident reports that it was new to me. I've never seen them, but it's from 2013, 2014. So it depends on how you want to look at it. But I mean, whatever. All right. Yeah, it's new to us. I mean, really, everything is old. Like everything already happened. And then like true crime, sometimes you do a case from 3 years ago, they're hitting trial. Let's go back 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So yeah, it's old, but it's still something that we're going over now. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna continue. But yeah, it's new to me too. I haven't seen these reports, so and even if like you have, it's still new to some people. You know what I'm saying? There's so many channels out there. It's hard to find something that not has never been talked about. Nobody ever did a video on. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you might have seen it somewhere, but some people haven't. So anyway, yeah, exactly, Rosemary. I agree. That's exactly. Yep, it is. It definitely is common. It's like probably and that's why it's like Sometimes it's hard because it's like, oh, like they want to take a shower, but like you make a report and you do the kit or whatever, and your first thing is wanting to like clean off. But yeah. Okay. So let's do. So this is 28 or 2017. Arrest date is August 1st, 2017. This is reckless driving and violation of probation. It says the undersigned certified swears he's just reasonable grounds to believe. Okay, on August 1st, you did the following. Okay, here we go. Facts to support above charges. On August 1st, 2017, I was traveling northbound on Monroe Street in my marked patrol vehicle trying to catch up to a Jeep Liberty which was driving without headlights. As I approached Allen Road, a black Infinity two-door vehicle was traveling westbound. Um, wait, ran the sorry, hold on. Let me make this bigger. All right, here we go. Ran the red light and drove southbound on North Monroe. I needed to slam on my brakes to avoid a traffic crash. I made a U turn, initiated my overhead lights, and drove to catch up to the Infinity. But the car was already near the intersection of John Knox and North Monroe. The Infinity ran the stoplight at John Knox, which caused other vehicles to abruptly stop to avoid causing accidents. As I approached the intersection, I initiated my siren. Once the intersection was clear, I proceeded through this intersection and tried to catch up with the Infinity. As I got closer to the Infinity, it slowed and eventually came to a stop at MLK Boulevard in North Monroe once it realized I was trying to conduct a traffic stop on it. I approached the driver. The driver stuck out both hands. The driver, later identified as Wade Wilson, as was extremely sweaty, nervous, and paranoid. Wilson stated there were other cars following him throughout the night and he needed to run the red lights to get away from those chasing him. For my safety and for his safety, I detained Wilson in double locked handcuffs and conducted a pat down where I found an ankle monitor on his left leg. After a few moments, I remembered a bolo which was issued for a black Infinity two door, which was driving northbound in southbound traffic on Thomasville Road. Wilson admitted he was driving on Thomasville Road, trying to get away from those cars chasing him. After talking with a family member and further speaking with Wilson, he admitted he took some unknown drugs, but still stated he was driving like he was on purpose. He was driving like he was on purpose to get away from those chasing him. A CJIS check revealed Wilson was placed on probation on 7/13/27 for CCF by a convicted felon and for grand theft of a firearm. Based on the new law violation, I have reasonable grounds to believe he has violated the conditions of his probation. After my investigation, I developed probable cause for reckless driving due to the fact Wilson drove a vehicle with disregard for the safety of others on the road as he purposely ran two red lights, which almost caused multiple accidents. Wilson's car was towed by preferred body towing, place an X in front, all that apply. Okay, so no bond. Trespassing to leave property, trespassing structure or conveyance, resist officer, obstruct without violence. Okay, so now we're looking September 2018. On September 5th, 2018, approximately 6:06 p.m., I responded to Kearney Center located at blah, blah, blah. Poll advised the arrestee, Wade Wilson, positively identified by an ID card, Florida ID card, was told numerous times to leave the property by himself and staff complainant, Kenneth Wade. He advised that Wilson was starting to become hostile and refusing to leave. At approximately 6:20, I arrived to observe Wilson standing in the lobby of the Kearney Center. It should be noted that Wilson was sweating profusely, unable to stand still, and constantly looking around the area in a paranoid manner. Officer Poole explained to me that Wilson was under arrest and told Wilson to exit the building to the marked patrol vehicle directly outside of the front doors of the Kearney Center. As Wilson walked to the exit door, Wilson stopped and started to place his right hand over the right side of his waistband. At the moment, I observed a silver object concealed in his waistband under his shirt. Yeah. Um, from my training and experience, I was able to identify the silver object concealed on Wilson's waistband to be a pocket knife. I gave Wilson verbal commands to place his hands on his chest. Wilson placed his hand back over the knife and stated something of the nature, that Officer Poole and I are getting too close in his personal space. At the moment, Officer Poole unholstered his department-issued taser, pointed it at Wilson, and gave him loud verbal commands to get on the ground, lay on his stomach, and place his hands behind his back. Wilson placed his right hand on the exit door and his left hand in the air, started to get in a crouching position, bending his knees as if attempting to get low to the ground. Officer Poole and I continued to give loud verbal commands to Wilson to get on the ground. Wilson continued to stay in the crouching position, ignore both of our commands. At the moment, Wilson ran out the exit door to the intersection of Dupree and Municipal Way. I radioed over the Consolidated Dispatch Agency that Wilson was running from the Officer Poole and I on South Dupree. I further advised that Wilson was last seen wearing a white shirt with dark camo shirts and visible tattoos on his neck and both arms. Wilson ran across the street and scaled the eastern fence of the City Fleet Management located at 400 Dupree, entering the property. It should be noted that the fence is approximately 6 feet high in height with barbed wire around the top of the fence. The property Wilson entered is restricted employee area and is not open to the public. Wow. Man. While inside the property, Wilson continued running west through the parking lot, scaling a second fence, gaining access to the parking lot, which contains numerous city-owned vehicles. At that moment, multiple officers and deputies arrived on scene and quickly established a perimeter to contain Wilson. It should be noted that a baseball game was being held directly south of the property Wilson gained access to. As more officers and deputies arrived on scene, I was able to observe Wilson standing inside the gated area. I quickly lost sight of Wilson. Officers and deputies created a search party, entered the fleet compound, and went to the area Wilson was last seen. During the search property, Officer Carter advised that he located Wilson inside of the vehicle. See Officer Carter's supplemental for his involvement. Wilson was sitting on the floorboard, wedged in between the back seats and the front seats. Wow. Officers and deputies. Wait, what kind of vehicle is it? Of a city vehicle. Okay. Anyway, officers and deputies gave Wilson loud verbal commands to show his hands. Wilson complied with the commands, but advised he needed assistance to get out. Due to my previous knowledge of Wilson being in possession of a pocket knife, I entered the front passenger side of the vehicle, unholstered my department-issued taser, and painted Wilson's back area. As officers and deputies assisted Wilson exiting the vehicle, Wilson was placed in double-locked handcuffs and searched, incident to arrest, with negative findings of any contraband or any other weapons. It should be noted that upon finding Wilson, he had removed his white shirt and was just wearing his shorts and sneakers. Wilson advised that he had possibly cut himself on the barbed wire while trying to escape. Poole took pictures of the vehicle Wilson was located inside with his department-issued digital camera. Poole's supplemental for his involvement. While on scene, contact was made with Roger, the fleet management administrator, who advised that Wilson did not have permission to be on the fleet's compound or inside any vehicles. Godwin advised he wanted to pursue criminal charges against Wilson. Oh, Godwin is the his lawyer for the meth charges in jail, the drug charges. Godwin, was that his first name or last name? Forget. Anyway, due to Wilson's possibly being under the influence of some type of narcotics and him injuring himself, The Med 26 transported Wilson to TMH ER for medical treatment without incident. Once medical cleared by doctors, he was transported to Leon County Detention Facility. Anyway, that is that. That is that. Let me put you over here. Let's see if I got anything else. Okay. Okay. 1 second. Let me see. That's all the reports so far that I have. Give me 1 minute. Pictures. I want to see if I have anything that else just to share. Did you guys see this? I'm trying to figure out because have you guys, oh, where'd it go? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out, is this him recently? Because I haven't seen this mugshot until a couple days ago. So it's under his release from Lee County. Remember, it was the other one for a while. So I think this is his updated one from when he left there, or they just posted it. So I'm trying to figure out if this was before his trial, before he grew his hair out, or did they cut his hair before he got transferred into the death row. Have you guys seen this? Because that was the first time I seen it. Hold on a second. I'm only on 2 hours so far, huh? Let me check my emails too. Oh, what'd you send me here? Oh, let's see. Hold on. What is this? This man hid in my parents' house from the police. This was obviously a long time ago. My brother and Wade were friends. A lot of this is also secondhand information from my parents. So I'm going to also say this is alleged, even though I trust my parents. Basically, Wade smashed the window out of his friend Josh's car because Josh was sitting in the car with Wade's girlfriend. See, that's a little bit off because it was his bedroom window. Unless this is a different account. And I guess he got jealous. It was apparently Josh's mom's car. So of course she called the police. My brother was in Wade's car the whole time this was happening. So was it Tyler? I forget who it was that oh, I wasn't even sharing here. Sorry guys. I forget who it was that was with him. Was it Tyler? Is that a different Joshua? That might have been the year before. I gotta look back. Here, let me move this back over here so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry. Thanks, Lewis. I'm still trying to figure out what's the best setup, guys. So just yeah, I might just go where might just go through my other stuff, like, myself before I present it, because I want to go through some more documents, make sure I didn't miss any. So I think this is all I have right now for you guys. I made some pre-records. Um, the last couple of days, I have 2 new pre-records. I did the one where I did, like, I don't know if you guys seen the one with the whole detailed report of how everything, the official report of, like, the timeline and stuff. It took a lot of time to put that together. Well, it was me reading it during a live, and I added all these pictures. But, oh, what do you guys think? Well, before you guys leave, the whole crowbar thing. I'm still trying to figure out, like, do you really think, was there blood on the crowbar? Do you really think that he killed somebody with that crowbar? And she said where it was. If anybody's from around the area, they should go get it and see if there's, like, blood, and maybe take it, wear gloves, and maybe try to, like, I don't know, can you buy, like, oh, no, the cops would have to take DNA. I mean, but to see if there's really, you could get some of that, what's it called? To spray on it to see if there's actually DNA, like anything on there, blood. Um, because she said it was across the street from that one rehab place. So I don't know. Hey, Trisha. No, I've been in Ohio since I've done my channel. I talked about Colorado a lot because I lived in Colorado for 9 years, but ever since I have had my channel, I've been in Colorado. So yeah. But hold on, let's see. What else do I want? What else can we look up? Because I might just end it because I don't really have anything else to show. I just wanted to show you those reports. I know there's some stuff, like the Sarah Boone stuff. There's some updates I wanted to go over, but I want to do that as a separate case, right? Is there anything else? Like, what about you guys? Is there anything that you guys have heard about this case? What's the new phone calls? Are the new phone calls any good? Anything that would be interested to watch? What about this tattoo? Lewis, you're the one that sent me this, right? Somebody freaking got a tattoo of Wade. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's permanent. You want some murder permanently on your freaking body? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. It makes no sense. People are, I don't want to say crazy, but like, why? Why? Let me just Google, see if there's anything interesting. Basically the same stuff, I'm trying to find like new stuff. I'll just chat with you guys real quick. We'll do a little wind down. And who's Robbie? Wait, what? I don't know who Robbie is. Oh, you want to watch the Alexis short again? Who's in the newest phone calls? Is it still like Kristen? I don't know why I'm getting like bored with the Kristen ones, because it's just like the same stuff. Like the last few ones have been kind of boring to me. Like I don't know. Who's in the, okay, who is? Let me see. Let me find it. Hold on. Let's see. I want to see how many I'm behind. Okay. I think only one. Yeah, just one. We could watch it. I'll watch it, and then I'm going to end it after that. Why are you talking about Rob Harvey? So that's from the Micah case. Hi, Moon Dreams. Yeah, hold on. We could listen to it in real quick, but I just want to say hi. I want to see who's here real quick. Take what off? Hate corruption? I don't know. Wait, what are you talking about? YouTube should take that off? Take what off, though? Wait, what? Oh, okay. I know I'm trying to get caught up. Oh, the girls who got the yeah, I know. Oh, yay, Ashley. I'm just like looking to make sure if there's anything that I missed that I wanted to go over. Just give me 1 minute and then we can watch it. Well, actually, here, I'll do the calls while we're waiting. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me share my, I already have my screen shared. Cause, yeah. Okay. You ready? All right. You ready? Mm. No sound? Okay, hold on. So it's still like my screen is still doing that where the sound goes off if it doesn't make it. It's making me really mad why it does that. Oh well. I thought like having the double screen and I thought I wouldn't have that issue, but I guess I am still. Oh well.
I think anybody that listens to our conversation thinks we're whack. Like we got
they're like, hey, listen, they're like, these
Yeah,
people are crazy.
pretty much. Pretty much.
Hey, baby girl.
Hey, honey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sitting here, my friend Future and her hubby and her kids.
Oh yeah.
Listen, wait, I gotta tell you something. We're going to No, I just haven't had a chance to do that for you because I haven't. Listen, I was supposed to go do something and make my moves last night, and I didn't have a fucking way to do it because Jason's car overheated after we left you, and I was stuck on the side of the road for like 3 hours yesterday.
You're kidding me.
After I swear to God, after I left you. And Jason was going nuts and beating the truck up and screaming and literally like seriously like going crazy. And I walked away crying. I was like, dude, I can't deal with this. I'm not gonna. I'm out on bond. You're not gonna get me in trouble by the cops. I'm sorry, I'm walking away.
Yeah, exactly. So what'd you do? What happened?
No, well, I called my daughter. My daughter went and helped him, but dude, I haven't been able to do what I needed to do. But I will have it like maybe like 2 hours. But my friend Teacher said she'll take me.
Baby, it's cool. I believe you. You don't have to tell me. You know I believe you when you tell me something. I do.
No, but I'm just upset because I wanted to make sure you had it.
I know.
And you know what? Let me tell you sorry too, by the way, because you can only order $30 on a care pack. When they first started with that new care pack, people, it was $50.
Maybe so. Can I do 50 on my order? Can you put the other 10 on my order instead of since you're making 20?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, remember, I told you that. I said my homeboy told me.
I just say sorry? Did I just say sorry, you punk ass?
No, yeah.
I admitted to my fault.
Baby, yeah. Hey, at least you can admit to your fault, baby.
I admit to my fault.
Hey,
No,
I wrote you and I said that. You're like, no, honey.
I know what I said.
He was like, you can only do 30. And my homeboy.
You'll never fix your mistakes if you don't admit that you made it. So I admit that I made the wrong, and I'm saying sorry. You're right.
Baby, I forgive you. You know I forgive you.
You better forgive me.
What if I don't? What if I say fuck?
You know what? I'm gonna say what rhymes with my dick. Click.
My dick? What rhymes with? Hold on. What? That's what you're gonna tell me? All right. Well, then in that case, I forgive you.
Okay, you better. Yeah, you don't want me to say that to you.
Dude, hey, listen. Did you get my little? I wrote you twice this morning because I had
I was so upset because you didn't write me this morning when you get up. Like, I'm getting used to you writing me when you get up, and you're not doing it.
Well, because they take me to the shower at 6, and sometimes I don't.
They take you to the shower at 6. Don't you eat at 6? We
eat at 6, and then after we eat, they take us to the shower.
No, the kids are here. Oh, okay, all right. Come on, I'll go. I'm going. Huh? No, I'm running to the store. That's my butt. No, that's my daddy. That's my daddy. She's my daddy.
Baby, I'm your daddy.
No, I know you're my man daddy.
Yeah, I'm your man daddy. That's right, motherfucking right.
Oh my gosh, my kids are a pain in the ass. Well, I'll sit in the back seat, dude. What are you doing? Oh, okay, that was so nice.
You want me to call you back in a little bit?
No, don't call me back. No, I waited forever to hear your voice.
Get out.
I feel like I gotta pay you to hear your voice.
Huh? You feel like what, baby?
I feel like I gotta pay you to hear your voice.
Well, we kind of do.
I know. Tell me about it.
Isn't that some bullshit? That's some bullshit, man. I hate this shit. You know what, baby, though? I'll tell you what, even though you got to pay for it, it's worth it. I like hearing your voice, so I get to call you. And, I tried to call. Listen, I tried to get the phone last night, but I told you, man, I said the officers that we had working on the officers that we had working on the night shift, man, they're pieces of shit, man.
I think they just like to fuck with you because of who you are.
Yeah, because of who I am, and they know that I like to use the phone and I use the kiosk and shit. They know that I like it, so they take it away from me. You know, it's like they don't fucking want to give it to me. Little bitch.
Right.
Hey, they just had to come in here. They were trying to take this one dude, said he was gonna kill himself or some shit. And
are you kidding me?
Listen,
got this teenage mutant Ninja Turtles.
Listen, hey, listen, babe. Hey, listen, and you know what? They came in here, and he didn't want to cuff up, and they were going to spray him, but instead of that, they just rolled his door, and they went in there and got him, and 10 officers. You should have seen this shit. This shit was funny as a motherfucker.
You're so wrong. That's so fucked up. You know, that could be you one day, babe. That could be you one day, and here comes the rats. The rats are coming to get the Ninja Turtle. Baby,
listen, I know when I can win, and I know when I can lose, and if I'm going to lose,
guess what?
I'm going to easy. What, baby?
You're not going to lose ever.
I'm never gonna lose. You're right, baby.
No, not by Splinter. Splinter's not gonna come get you.
Hey, listen. I wanted to tell you something, but it sucks because I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? On the phone and stuff. So it's like, damn, I want to fucking tell you, but I don't think I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't say anything stupid. Please don't. I said, please don't say anything stupid.
No, I mean it would.
Just know that Splinter's gonna come get the Ninja Turtle if you do. Just so you will be. Splinters, all the Splinters are coming down the hallway to put you in your Ninja Turtle suit.
No, I don't need that anymore. I'm good on the Ninja Turtle suit. Hey, what's your favorite Ninja Turtle again? What's his name?
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, yeah.
I just like Michelangelo because he sounds like an artist or something, like Leonardo DiCaprio. He sounds like he's the smart one of the Ninja Turtles.
Well, listen,
I think anybody that listens to our conversations thinks we're whack.
They're like, hey, listen, they're like, these people are crazy.
All you do is laugh on the phone with me and when I'm there visiting you. All you do is laugh, dude.
I know, you make me crack me the fuck up. Listen, the people that listen to our phone calls are probably
I'm your personal comedian.
You are, baby. You are my personal
I'm your carrot top.
Oh, man, this is great. I love this shit.
I'm going to dye my hair red just for that.
Baby, you might look good with red hair, actually. Matter of fact.
No, definitely. I don't like red hair. Red hair, that's total slut, slut war. Slut war.
Right. So where are you headed to right now? What you doing?
Well, we're sitting right now in a parking lot by choice. We're going to the store. Would you like my personal GPS? I sound like the girl, right? I'm just like that.
Listen, they need to put you on.
Right now.
They need to put you on like the GPS voice, like add you as an option.
Listen, Future, he wants me to do like a sex thing at night, like on the phone with people because my voice is hot. I know. Future's been told the same thing. Like Future's that's my daddy. That's why she's my daddy.
Yeah.
So I call her daddy.
Daddy. I'm your man.
I was going to say Future. He was like, "Can you please say daddy one more time?" I was like, "Can you shut up?" Like seriously. Yeah, man. So, you tell your brother I said what's up? Of course I did.
Yeah.
And my brother said, I told you I knew him. Why didn't you believe me? I did believe him.
Did you ask him if he slept next to me or not?
Yes. And
what
he said, yes, Kristen, I told you. He told me that he was your bunkie, your side bunkie. That's what he said.
He was my side. Yeah, he was.
He was on your left side.
He was on my left fucking side. That's right.
He said he was your left side bunkie.
Yeah, he was on the left. Yeah.
He said the LB. He was the LB, not the RB, because it was the right. I was like, what's LB and RB? He's like left monkey, right monkey. I was like, you're stupid.
We got codes for that shit.
Yeah, no, seriously. Y'all are retarded.
I knew that was your brother, man. I knew that was your motherfucking brother.
How'd you know that was my brother?
Because when we started talking about him, I just figured it out. I put two and two together, and I was like, man, I know.
Baby, I was the one that brought it up to you.
No, I know. I'm saying when you brought it up, then I remembered him. But I know not before that, baby. But once you had brought it up, then I remembered him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remembered him.
You know what? I'm actually going to see if I have a picture online of me and him together, and I'll send it to you.
Shoot it. Hey, I got the picture.
Did you send my other pictures?
I did, baby. I got the one of you, and then I got the one of your daughter, too, when she was on the computer. And she was writing.
Yeah, she was writing. Yeah, she was writing about you.
Listen, I can't wait. Listen, when I get my shit, man, I'm gonna start writing to her, like all my papers.
All right, listen, I'm gonna put that order in. I'm gonna do yours first, when I can get on the kiosk for you. Because listen, let me tell you, my daughter's on my ass, bro. She's on my ass big time. She's like seriously, because I walked out of my job, she's pissed. You know what I'm saying?
Baby, I'm pissed too, man.
My daughter told me to leave. My daughter told me to leave because first of all, if I'm not on the clock, I've been there for 2 weeks already, Wade.
Yeah.
And I'm not clocking in. How are you paying me? How are you distinguish? You know what I mean? I got paid $7.70 for my 2 training days. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's
honey,
crazy.
really? I can go I can go be arm in arm with some guy and make $500 in 1 hour.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
And I don't have to kiss him, fuck him, nothing. You know what I mean? I don't have to fucking do that shit. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, fuck that shit, man. That's true. Yeah, that is true, baby. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not even, and the money that I got paid, I would get paid from the guy, the lawyer that I went out with one time. Dude, I got paid, he paid me on the books. I could, put my taxes, get my taxes out of it. You feel me?
Yeah,
that's why single mothers fucking work, so we can get taxes at the end of the year. Feel like we're rich for a day. You know, we're rich for a day. Like fucking the rich.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
we're dope boy rich for one day.
They were doing you like that. There's no reason to that, man. Listen, you know what? I remember Gino telling me he said that like his uncle or something went to prison, right? Your uncle or something went to prison. Yes, I remember. Yeah. He did like what?
I listen to what he's talking about. He's talking about my baby dad, his brother. I mean, I made the news. We all made the news. We were the biggest Lee County heroin family drug bust ever.
No, man, really?
Yeah, this is 2012. Yeah, this is in 2012. So that's probably what my brother was talking about.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I love you.
So he called my brother-in-law his uncle because he was so much older.
Oh, right.
So he was like, he would call him Uncle Juanito or Uncle Jay. I'm like, why do you call him that, Gino? He's like, because I'm trying to be nice so I can get a bag. And I'm like, Gino, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, get the fuck out of
Gino said?
I swear to God.
No.
He's like, I'm trying to be in with the family, so I can get a bag. I'm like, Gino, are you fucking sick in the head, bro?
Hey, baby, you want me to call you tonight? Since you're doing some shit, or what do you want me to do?
Yeah, no, I know you can call me back. I love talking to you. You make me happy.
Can I call you back? I can call you back? Okay, baby. Okay, good. I love talking to you, too. I'm glad you call me back. You're like, no, call me back.
Call me back right now.
All right, baby, I love you. I'll call you back right now.
I love you, too.
All right, bye, baby.
All right, bye.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
nothing. You. I wish you were here.
I know, me too.
Right? You would be up. So, I would make sure I saw 24/7.
I'd be up, baby.
You'd be up, long and strong.
Long and strong, baby. Oh, man. Straight up. For real. I know it. You gotta tell me, baby. I already know. Trust me. I gotta change my motherfucking order, though. I'm just ordering another thermal anyways, you know what I'm saying? Just in case they don't bring my, because I don't think they're gonna bring my shit.
Listen, I ordered you like the stuff that we needed to order you on your care pack that I want you to have.
Like the paper. Did you get me a pen?
I also ordered. Yeah, I didn't. Okay. I gotta put the pen. I forgot the pen.
Okay.
I guess I put too many honey buns. I need to take the honey buns off.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
I know you do.
Maybe I like the honey buns.
I like the ice and honey buns too. Those are my favorite.
That's the favorite
thing. That's what made me gain. I gained like 25 pounds in there in 2 months, dude. Like, no way.
That's what I'm trying to do. I need to gain weight. That's why I need the honey buns. That shit gonna put weight on me. Yeah. Where's Jason at, baby?
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I don't want to be around Jason right now because Jason really made a fool out of himself. Listen, you know what? Some guy on a scooter pulled over to try to help us. Look for because when he opened the reservoir because the car was overheating, it splattered everywhere and it went all over him. What kind of a man doesn't know? Oh, not open the reservoir up? Like, oh, you're a dude.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
so the reservoir cap, like, it flew off and he couldn't find it. So this guy pulled over, this Spanish guy, he's homeless. I've seen this guy sleeping on a fucking bench in Fort Myers before. Yeah. He's like, man, I'll help you guys. What's wrong? Is everything okay? I know how to work on cars. And Jason was so nasty to him. I said, you know what, Jason, that's because you're fucking high and you need your bag, you need this, you need that. I said, and you want to treat him like shit, but let me tell you, you don't see anybody else out here helping you.
Right.
Nobody else. Like, seriously, this guy pulled over to help you and you're treating him like calling him names and stuff. And you don't even know him.
Yeah, I would never do that. I would never do that.
Like, dude, it was just totally embarrassing.
Yeah, right.
The fact that, like, I'm out on bond, I don't want him getting it. He was throwing shit at the car, like, slamming the doors, kicking doors.
He was just acting like a little kid, basically. Just like a little kid.
Yes, but how are you supposed to find anything acting like that?
Well, when he's coming off his bag or whatever, he's probably like, his nerves and shit are fucked up, but still, you can't act like that.
Yeah, but he does boy. He does boy, and then he mixes it with everything else. And then, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. I can't deal with the attitude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to. You're not my man. I don't, you know what I mean? You ain't in my bed. You don't do nothing for me. I don't need to deal with that. Yeah. And I put gas in the car. I pay him gas to take me places. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't take care of him. And he's homeless and he showers here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he stays in my yard because my daughter don't want him to sit in the house because shit goes missing. You know what I'm saying? So.
You're kidding me, man. Shit goes missing.
No, I'm not kidding you.
Well,
and then my pills went missing. Half of my pills went missing yesterday. Half of them.
No.
When I was in there at the visit, I swear to God.
Shut the fuck up, man. Are you kidding me?
I swear to God.
Okay, well, he needs to fucking get right then. Pay you or something. What the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
Right. The guy said he doesn't have a pot to piss in. That's the reason why Kristen always feels bad for everybody.
Well,
I always wind up taking a loss.
Kristen, don't let that guy come fucking hang around your fucking house if he's doing that shit.
I mean, all my medicine. Like, seriously.
Tell him he can sleep in the goddamn driveway, but he can't fucking come in the
Oh,
goddamn...
no. He doesn't want him here no more after yesterday. My daughter, and my daughter's the one paying a lot of the bills here, So
yeah, listen, should not. Yeah, listen, and you should listen to her on this one. I would,
Oh no, I always listen to her.
Yeah,
she's like my mom. I call my mom.
Yeah,
that's my mother. Ever since I went to jail, I don't care about Nick dressing like a bitch.
You have 1 minute remaining.
We got 1 minute. Fuck, man. Hey, Kristen. Kristen.
Yes.
Bye, baby. We got 1 minute.
All right, hon.
All right, baby.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we might get I think we get the phone tonight, so I'll call you
asshole TOs.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get it from him. You know what I'm saying?
Go cook now, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be cooking.
You'll be cooking? Okay, well, don't forget to put money on my books. Love you. Don't forget me.
Love you, too.
All right. What are you cooking?
Bye.
What are you cooking?
I don't know what it's called, but it has cabbage and bacon.
Why are you telling me bye before the phone hangs up? Don't ever try to be like that. What's wrong with you?
You're such an ass.
What the hell? All right, Kristen. I'll talk to you tonight, though, baby, okay? I will. I'll call you tonight. All right, bye. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, what you doing?
Nothing. Just came outside to smoke a cigarette.
Oh, yeah? Lucky you.
Yeah.
I wish I could have one. I need
That's
one.
all. You'll have all the ones you need when you get out.
I will? Okay. That sounds
I
good.
got you.
I can
I have
wait.
a full pack in my hand waiting for a hug.
Okay. Wow, that's a good deal. A hug and a cigarette? Okay. I call that. That's a great deal. That's a damn good deal. Hey, listen,
I don't know what else. I don't know what else might happen, but I'm just saying.
Oh, baby, I know what else is going to happen. Okay? There's gonna
What
be,
else? Tell me.
There's going to be some stuff going on, okay? And it's not going to be a zucchini, okay?
Okay, I hope so.
Baby, I hope so too. God damn. Baby, listen, you better send me a bunch of pictures. And honestly, listen, Kristen, I know you want to send it to me like on the postcard and shit. Kristen, just send it to me on the fucking Kristen, send it to me on the machine, man. Because when you send it to me,
yeah, but that shit costs my credit.
Okay, damn. I didn't know you were. You're like, oh shit, my credits. Damn.
It costs all my credits to take. What happened?
It don't cost all. How many credits does it cost?
Okay.
Honestly.
It costs like 200 credits just to send a picture.
Holy shit. Okay. That is a lot of credits. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just send them to you, but I won't use blue or purple or green or whatever ink.
Don't use purple, green. Don't use red. Don't use none of that shit, man. Black and white. Black and white.
Okay. All right. Black and white. Black and white.
Right.
Black and white.
Black and white. More white than black, but still. Do whatever, okay?
More white than black. All right. That's the way I like it too.
I was just kidding, baby.
No, you weren't kidding. You were being honest. I like that too.
Yeah, I was dead ass
I
serious.
know you were.
Hey, listen, man. So today, at least you're not working a whole lot today. It's just enough to like get into the job and shit, right?
No, right. That's basically what it is. He's like, Kristen, I want to see what you got. I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna show you what I got.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's cool.
He might like what I got though. I know he's gonna like what I got.
Is he gonna like what you got? I like what you got.
I know.
So
I know he's gonna
if
like
I like what you got, then he's gonna like what you got. Okay?
I know.
I'm a real tough. Listen, I'm a real tough judge. You know what I'm saying? So if I like it, then yeah, he's got
sure
it.
You are. Sure you are.
He like it. Huh? What's that mean?
Sure
I am.
Sure,
what do you mean?
Sure
What's
you
that
are.
mean? Sure
Sure
I
you
am.
are.
What's that mean?
So your friend really had me like confused yesterday with all these questions he was asking me, bro. Like seriously, I was like,
No,
what the fuck?
No, I know, man. I know.
I
don't
was
know
like,
why.
no, but he was like, what do you have any romantic feelings for him? I was like, romantic feelings. I was like,
really
from the
what he
moment I
said?
seen him, of course I did.
Did he really
Like,
say that though? He said that for real?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yes.
I did not. Listen, I swear to God, I did not. Listen, okay, I'm gonna tell you. All right, I'm gonna put it to you like this though. Here's what he helped me do. Like, I had his opinion when I was writing my letter about the GoFundMe. He kind of like he threw in a couple little things here and there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I was just like, man, well, keep up with me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is, Kristen. Like, if he's cool, he's straight, and he wants to add me on the kiosk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe later on down the line, he'll help me out or something. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, keep in touch, you know. But I didn't know that he was gonna like ask you questions and shit like that. Like I didn't fucking know.
I was like, damn. He was like, what is it? Do you have any romantic feelings for Wade? I was like, excuse me.
Baby, that's because I told him that like me and you we're you know what I'm saying, like doing our thing or whatever. So he probably, I don't know why he asked you that though. I didn't
feel any way about it. I just thought it was weird, but I was like, yeah, of course I did from the minute I seen him.
It's really kind of none of his business anyways though, really. I was like,
yeah, of course I did. He's like, what did you see him? I was like, what did I see him? I seen something I like.
Yeah.
I was like, I seen somebody I like. I was like, I seen somebody that I believe is innocent. I seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said to him, I was like, romance-wise? Of course, fuck yeah. I was like, I would jump on that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. I hear you. Baby, listen, whenever you send me some pictures, I'm going to town with my Fifi. I'm like backed up for real. Honestly, I'm just letting you know. But I'm not making a Fifi though. I'm not doing that. I feel weird doing that shit.
Only if I can get my mouth over there. Only if I can get my mouth over there.
Oh my God, if you could do that, we would be real good. I'd be straight, man.
I know that because I'm a perfectionist with that one.
Are you a perfectionist on that?
Yes.
Kristen.
Most definitely am.
Oh my God, baby. Jesus Christ. Listen, when you send me pictures, send me some sexy ones and some normal ones. Would you do that? Will you send both? Can you send both of them?
I don't know if there are a lot of sexy ones allowed to go through there.
You can send sexy ones. You can't be naked though, but you can send sexy ones though. Just don't be like too sexy. Like I know you're sexy and shit, but try to tone down. Like just be a little sexy. You know what I mean? Like
be a little sexy. No, I'll just leave that for you when you get out.
Okay, that's fine. You could do that too, baby. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
I'll leave that for the naked eye.
For the naked. Okay, baby. Hey, you know that one dude's going to court. He's going to trial right now. So,
yeah, he's been on the news every fucking day. Severs?
That's because he's going to trial right now and shit. Yeah. Yeah. Mark Severs, yeah.
So, yeah, he's been on there every day. He has been.
Has he really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
not my baby. My baby hasn't been there, and that's a good thing.
No, that's a good thing, baby. Remember when I had court on Tuesday? They didn't take me to court. You know what I'm saying? They waived my appearance.
They didn't.
They did not take me. They did not take me. Yeah.
So why is that?
Because they don't want me.
No, I did see an article. I did see an article saying that they waived your appearance. I did see that.
That's what that was about. That was out.
Right.
Yeah. That's what the.
It was an article. It wasn't anything on the news though.
Oh, it was just an article. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Who else are you talking to in there?
Nah, don't worry about that.
Who else are you talking to in there?
Don't worry about that.
Tell me right now.
I'm not telling you.
Tell me.
I'm just playing. I don't talk to nobody else but you.
No, tell me. Tell me who else you talking to.
Baby, you're the only one I talk to.
You're such a fucking bullshit artist. I hate you.
No, Kristen, I'm telling you the truth. Listen. The only one I talk to is the trustees, man. The trustees, the dudes.
You're such a liar.
I swear. Kristen, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. Let me just be straight up. I wish that I had somebody to talk to. I wish that I had somebody to put money on my account. I wish that I could eat. I wish and shit like that. But listen, honestly, I'm not entertaining anybody else. I haven't added anybody else to my kiosk, and I'm not talking to anybody else. Just for real, I'm not.
Don't worry, I'll be able to send you some money soon.
Okay, baby, that's cool. I know, but I'm not talking to nobody else for real. I'm really not, baby.
Don't play with me.
Hey, listen, can I tell you something? I want to be straight. You know I keep it 100 with you for real. Oh, check it out. So, like, what's today, baby? What's today?
Today's Thursday.
Thursday? Yeah, really? Is it really? You know, my mama's birthday is on the 19th, and my daughter. My daughter and
really?
my mom. Yeah, I swear. They're both on the 19th. That's crazy. You guys are both. What are you? What's your zodiac?
Sagittarius. Sagittarius.
Yeah. Oh God, I gotta watch out for you. Golly.
Why?
Boy.
Why do you have to watch out for me?
Girl, I gotta watch out for you. Just cause.
What do you mean?
You know how you are. Just cause I gotta watch out for you. No, I'm just playing.
How am I? No, I don't want. I want to know. How do you think I am?
No, don't worry about it. That's for me. That's for me to know and you to find out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Who else are you talking to, Wade?
Chris.
I'm getting a little jealous.
I'm not talking to no one, babe. Hey, listen, here's what I was going to tell you, though, and tell me what you think about this, okay? Tell me what you think about this, okay? For real, let me know.
Okay.
So, if you can, like, this Sunday, if you can put, like, $10 in my account, that would be beautiful. If you can't, then it's still good. But look, check it out, though. I think that I have somebody on Tuesday to put money on, you know what I'm saying, for me. For Friday, you know what I'm saying? For Friday.
Who, you fucking asshole?
No. My mama, she said she might, you know what I'm saying? She said she might, my mom. So if you can do Sunday, I'll get it Wednesday, and then hopefully she does Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna fuck you up. You're such a liar.
Baby, I swear. If you could log on, hey. Baby,
you're such a fucking liar.
Baby, Kristen, I'm not lying. Hey, baby, listen. Hey, do you drink coffee and shit out there or no?
I do too.
I do too. I fuck with coffee. Listen, I swear to God.
How'd you just switch up the conversation like that, you fucking asshole?
Baby, we weren't talking. We weren't talking about nothing.
You're really good at what you do, motherfucker.
What are you talking about? We weren't talking about shit.
I was talking about who you talking to. You're like, you know what?
The only thing we were talking about is you better come through for me on Sunday. That's the only thing we were talking about. And then I switched it up to Thursday. What's wrong with that?
Who you talking to? Who you talking to? And she was like changing that all up. Changing it all up. I don't even care. Just use them as much as you can. I just want to know who the fuck you fucking with. That's it.
Nah, I swear, Chris. I swear. I was talking to my mama on the kiosk. I swear, man. So look, if you put like $10, that'll get me from Wednesday to Friday. You feel what I'm saying? She's gonna do it for me. And hopefully she'll put like 50 or something, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be straight for like another fucking week, man. Hopefully. And then once we put that, listen, Kristen, baby, once we put that GoFundMe up, listen, babe, you need to get that thing up like tonight, if you can, if you have the time.
I'm gonna get it up tonight. As long as my BFF fucking tells me the truth.
Hey, why'd you say it like that? I'm gonna get it up tonight. What does that mean? That sounded like sexual. What the fuck did that mean? What are you saying? I'm gonna get it up.
I wish I could get it up tonight, right in front of my face. right?
Right in front of you. Kristen, oh my God.
Right here.
Kristen, you're
Right
making,
here.
listen, if you don't stop talking like that, I'm gonna start just playing with myself right now. And people are walking by my cell and everything.
You could go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna do
Go
it
ahead
right
and
now.
do it.
While
Gun
people
it.
are walking back and forth.
Just gun it.
I'm just gonna. Oh shit! Holy shit, man! Hey, you gotta stop, man. You're going to
Imagine it was going all over my face.
Oh my God!
Tongue.
Wow, Jesus Christ! Kristen, you got to be a good girl. You're gonna go into work, man. You got to get in the mindset. You got to get right.
Okay, I forgot I was going to work. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta go to work.
Listen, what do you mean you're going to work? The fuck does that mean? Going to work? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm going to work. I'm going to work. Going to work.
Nah, but listen, man. I'm really not talking to anybody else, man. I promise. I'm not.
Sure.
I really aren't.
My daughter just sent me a picture of. She goes, "This is so for you." It's a T-shirt that says "a proud ass mother of a bunch of dumbass kids." She's like,
"Hey, that's a fly ass T-shirt." Hey, you gotta get that T-shirt. That's a good ass T-shirt. Hey, that's a fly ass T-shirt, man. Hey, you gotta get
proud ass mama of a bunch of dumbass kids.
Hey, that's a good ass T-shirt, man. You gotta get that bitch for real.
I need to get weighed. I need to get.
You do, baby. You do.
Hey, listen, I tried looking up your other Facebook pages and I couldn't find them.
Now, listen, here's the name you got to look up. Let me tell you the name. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, Stephen Wilson or Stephen Francis.
I looked them both up. You already looked them to me. I looked them both up and I didn't find you.
Hey, Kristen, who are you yelling at like that?
Yes, I found it with
You.
Calm down. Okay, you looked them up. Well, they're probably old, so they probably deleted them. Well, listen, I wanted you to put like a picture.
I found one page under Wade Wilson.
And there's no good pictures, though, is there? Not
really. There's only one good picture of you looking at the beach.
Oh, it's me looking at the beach? Okay, well, can you use that picture and put that on the GoFundMe?
Yeah, of course I can.
Yeah. Put that on the GoFundMe, man. Listen, Kristen, honestly, can I tell you something, baby? When you post this, you need to send it to everybody that you know. You need to send it to the media. I'm
ready. My daughter came out. She said, "It's time for work."
Oh, it's time for work. See, I heard her yell.
Come on, Killer. No, my dog Killer doesn't want to come in.
What kind of dog is it, baby?
American Bull Mastiff mixed with Pit.
Oh, I found another report.
Oh, you got a Chihuahua, a little ankle biter?
There.
A little ankle biter, yeah. Killer, come on. Yeah. He's just sitting there like a dumbass.
Yeah, cool.
Come on, Killer.
So, hold on.
He's just sitting there. Come on, Killer.
Well, he's probably looking at your crazy ass.
All right, hold on.
Hey, I'm not crazy.
He's like, I don't want to go over there. Fuck that.
Come on, go inside.
You have 1 minute remaining.
All right, baby.
All right, call me after work.
We're not going to have the phone tonight, just the kiosk. So you better, listen, message me on the kiosk tonight, okay?
I will.
You promise you will? You mean it?
I promise.
All right, baby. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me see what year. So I have to label this 2012 Petit Theft. Hold on, let me save this. So sometimes if I go back through, I find stuff. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if there's any. Wonder if there's anything else I could put on while I'm looking for other stuff, because I might as well go through all of them and make sure I didn't miss any. The other ones, right? So that was kind of interesting though, that phone call. Dang it. So you know how she started off like, talk to other women, but you could see slowly as she's becoming closer and, like with him, she's starting to get like more jealous, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like more like, oh, wait, who are you talking to? As much as she's like, oh no, I just want to, it's okay. But I feel like some jealousy going. Don't you guys? All right, 1 second. Affidavit, July. I'm going through one more thing just to see if I can find a couple. And then the rest I'll just have to wait till I go back through because I'm not going to have. Won't be able to go through all of them sitting here because you guys are waiting. Well, hold on, let me just go through this charge and see if there's anything I missed. 1 second. Oh, that's that Joshua one. Public information file. Hold on. Damaged window. That's that window that he damaged. But see, that person said it was a car window, but so did he do it twice? Because this one is talking about like a bedroom window of the mom's car. So it makes me wonder if what's going on. Is there 2 different times, I wonder? Where he went over Josh's because he was talking to his girlfriend and like wanted to fight and then broke the window. Like I said, that thing you sent me, Lewis, it said the car window of Josh's mom. So this is, hold on 1 second. 2013. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? All right. I'll have to find if I find any more, it'll have to be on a different live. It's just like, am I ever going to be able to move on? It's like, I feel like there's always something as soon as I'm like, okay, yep, it's time. Not that, I mean, of course, if there's new things, but it's time to be able to like do a live, my next live on a different case. And then I find stuff. It's like, gosh, this case is because he's had so much stuff in his history that you could keep finding things because of, how much trouble he's got in, through his life and how many things he's done where you keep finding stuff. I'm just going on this last case. All right. All right. Oh, let's see the judgment. Okay, I'll just read this one that I found. 1 second. I found a new little thing, a setup here where I could actually put you on half the screen and then I could still see your comments. Because remember, before my mic stand was in the way, so I think I'm gonna like it like this. All right. There we go. Let me remove that and let me put up the new thing. 1 second, guys. Put up the Petit Theft. It's a different hold on, let me just make sure there's no addresses I need to redact. And then I'll be right there, guys. Sorry, when I do lives where I read stuff, I don't get to be in chat that much because I'm reading the stuff. So, and then I was just looking through files. So sorry, guys. I always like to be able to be in it, but sometimes I can't. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just seeing if I need to redact. So no, I don't need to read that. You know what? No, I don't need to do that because live with his parents. All right. Okay. It's just kind of short. It's not anything long, but gotta add it because it's something. It's another one from 2012. Yeah. It's just a incident. All right. Let me bring it back up. Okay. So it is petty theft, first offense. So it's from 2012. It says on 11/27/12, I responded to Walmart for a retail theft. Dispatch advised that. Oh, hold on. Let me remove that comment. Okay. Dispatch advised that the suspect was being detained by loss prevention and was being held. And was being cooperative. Ooh, okay. Upon arrival, I made contact with loss prevention employee Travis Daniels. Daniels explained that he observed the defendant in the electronics area of the store. Daniels observed the defendant pull a Walmart shopping bag out of the pocket from his hooded sweater, grab 2 packages of HDMI cables from the shelf, and place them in the bag. Daniels continued to follow the defendant as he walked to the customer service area at the front of the store and return items. Daniels stated that the store will refund items without a receipt, but will only provide store credit in return in the form of a gift card. The defendant was given a Walmart gift card for the amount of $86. Daniels confronted the defendant after he received the gift card and identified himself as the store's loss prevention employee. The defendant was cooperative and returned the loss prevention office. So, like when I was still getting high, that was one of the things that we did too for money is like I did the returns mostly where like somebody would like steal stuff and then like you go and return and get the gift card. Somebody would give you the stuff to return and then you would make like a fraction of the gift card. It's just like a whole thing. A lot of like drug users do, or like some of them will be the ones that steal the stuff. It's just, I mean, it's a thing. It's crazy. It happens. And I guess it's not that crazy, but it's very common among drug people and using drugs for drug money and not have a job, Okay, so post Miranda, the defendant did not want to make any statements. I observed the store's video surveillance and saw the defendant remove the bag from his pocket and place the items off the shelf into it. I observed a store receipt with a signature on it for Wade Wilson where he was credited $86 for the cords, for the cables. The video surveillance was recovered and impounded at the Tallahassee Police Department. Based on the witness statement, observation, and video surveillance, I believe the defendant committed a petty theft by intentionally concealing items from the business in a bag, fraudulently returning them for store credit. The defendant did not meet the criteria for notice to appear. He's placed under arrest and transported to Leon County. And then here's the mugshot. He was 18 at the time. Probation, he was on probation. Current bond 7750. Currently on parole, no. How long at this address? Where he lived with his parents for 10 years, it says. Stephen Candy. Mental disorder, yes. So he has yes for mental disorder. So treated for mental disorder, no. Treated for drug or alcohol, no. Mental disorder, yes. Last treatment 10/27/12. Diagnosed bipolar. On prescription, no. Received disability, no. Interview, prior criminal record. So verified his prior criminal record, no convictions, 1 misdemeanor, pending Leon case, first or second. Because remember, this is in 2012. Incarceration in the past 5 years. Verified. No, the schooling wasn't verified, but it says present job 1 year or more, or full-time student, present job 4 months prior. All right, wait, is residence? Oh, none of this other stuff. Lives with family, has contact with other family members, lives alone. Oh, so none of these were verified. All right. Besides the first one where it's the his prior criminal record. All right, let me see the other one that I got if it needs any reductions. I don't even know if it's even worth. Yeah, I mean, it's here. I can share it. Just some little. It says he's placed on probation for a period of 1 year. For the criminal mischief, 200, and resistant office for violence. But this is the warrant. Okay, here it is. He failure to comply with no drugs condition by testing positive for cannabinoids on 9/16/2013. In addition, as the following outstanding condition, he still owes $165 and then tested positive. So that's all I got right now, but I'm going to continue going through the rest of them because of course I always like those one charges for the newest charges. I went through them how many times until because there's so many, and finally I got all the ones that are, worth going over, that are interesting. But yeah, let me remove this and say bye, guys. I'm gonna go. Wow, I'm already on 3 hours. All right, guys, I have one more edit I was working on in Wade. It's just like clipped out from one of my long lives, from like one of the old ones. And yeah, I don't know. Continue looking, and I still, like I said, I want to go over Sarah Boone soon. That trial, she was denied the continuance. So it looks like it's October 7th. Oh my Lord. That'll be very interesting. Wow, everything looks. Oh, it's because of. Maybe. I don't know. Oh wait, who gifted? Shidoshi, thank you. Shidoshi, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you guys for coming, guys. Sorry I don't have anything more, but actually we went through a lot. That was a lot of reports. Did you guys enjoy that or no? You learned something new? Yeah, I'm still waiting for the whole PayPal. Like, I'm so disappointed in PayPal. I cannot even believe that I lost mine probably for doing absolutely nothing. It's like they're acting like I'm a criminal. Like I did, like, oh, you did illegal things. I did not do anything illegal. I used it for personal, for like Amazon, and then I put it for my channel, which I rarely get donations on my channel. Like maybe a few a year I get them. But what illegal am I? What illegal am I doing with my PayPal? I didn't break any policy at all. I use it to order stuff online and for some of the subscriptions online too, and Amazon. It's ridiculous that they can't even tell me exactly how I broke the law or broke the policy. I'm just so mad about that. Well, let me check my emails to make sure I don't have anything interesting. Sometimes people send me emails that when I end it and I'm like, dang it, I should have looked at it. Somebody sends me something good. No, I know, but you think PayPal is a big company. Like, how aren't you going to first tell me what I did? Tell me where I broke policy. Like, you can't even tell me. Like, I emailed them so many times. I called. Nobody could tell me anything, which is a bunch of crap. Like, you're going to tell me that I was doing illegal things with my account, but you won't tell me what. Okay, yeah. Like, I'm not, like, it's just bull crap. What have I done? I am so mad. Yeah, it's people. I think it's so the Wade people, I think, did it. The Wade supporters. Remember they were threatening people, like, if you don't stop talking about it, like there is like basically almost like a threat that we have to stop. And so, and the reason I do think it was them is because they also got that one video. So the one of my videos that I played, their video on it, it got they somehow reported it got taken down, which I don't know, why it would have, but that got taken down. And then what, a few days later, the PayPal thing happened. And then Corey, which comes in here, said that they got all her accounts down too. So that's why I do think it was them, but I just don't know what they said. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything illegal. And how are you just going to take somebody's word for it and not look into it and see? I'm not, like, what am I doing illegal? Show me what I'm doing illegal. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Yeah, this I'm just on wind down, guys. So any of you guys that haven't been around, like when I end my video, I'm done with the content. So if you guys are just here for the content, you don't, I mean, so I'm done like sharing, but I like to do a little wind down and chat about just random things and chat with people. So anyway, wait, you're saying don't do Sarah Boom Bella Blaze? I'm confused. I know it's bull crap, but it makes me more mad that PayPal just would like cave under that. That's the thing that's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you not gonna like actually look into it? Like, how are you just gonna take away somebody's account? It makes I don't get it. I mean, my account's still there. I can look, like I have access to it, but I can't do anything with it. Everything's been deactivated. So if people because I've heard people like, oh, you still have the account. Yeah, I can, but you can't do anything with it. So nobody sent me any PayPal too, because they're keeping all my money that was in there too, which I thank God I didn't have a lot. I usually, if people like, I do get sent money, which isn't really that often through my channel, but I keep it in the cash and then until I spend it. But thank God I only had $12 in the cash, which they took. It's held, so like nobody sent anything. But like, yeah, everything's deactivated, so I could go and look at like all my stuff, but I just can't use it. So yeah, it's bull crap. It's a bull crap. Hey, Lemarian, what's up? I mean, no, you can. Yeah, no, go for it. See, somebody reached out that work there, but see, I'm gonna say go for it. Reach out because they said like, "Oh, you'll be fine. It's just temporary." Well, no, it's not. I got a thing that said, "No, it's not." It wasn't like one of those. They're like, "Oh, it's just like they do it to everybody until they look into it." But they didn't realize, no, it's different. No, it's not. Like they they looked into it already supposedly and deactivated it. And so they're like, and this person told me to like not have people contact them because they thought that, but I think they see now that no, it's not just one of those things. Like they did. I have to appeal. I'm appealing it. So yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah, you can. It just made me a little bit nervous and we're like, oh, you're like, you'll be fine. Like, don't have people contact it. But then when I gave them more information, they see that no, my account is deactivated. So yeah, I would say, yeah, if you feel like it, if you feel like it's unfair, yeah. I don't know. Since they won't tell me why, which is bullcrap, I don't even know how to argue. Like how, okay, so for my appeal, I didn't even know how to appeal it. I mean, I appealed it, but what am I appealing when I don't even know why they did it? You know what I'm saying? So how could I even argue my side when I have no idea why? Because you won't freaking tell me. I've sent them so many emails and they just send me this same freaking email. Like they're not even listening to anything I'm trying to say. Yeah, I know. I should have to. I should. Oh, hey, Gucci, what's up? But I wasn't. That's the thing. I wasn't doing anything illegal. So then I'm thinking, like, did somebody hack into my account and do something? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not telling me what's been done. So, like, how do you know that it's not somebody like hacked in and did something? Like, if you're not going to tell me, I have no freaking idea. I know I'm not doing anything illegal with it. So, but I think it's all associated because what's the chances Corey gets her accounts? She said there's other people that they're getting down. They make basically a threat saying, "You guys, we need to stop talking about it, or they're going to stop us." I forget how they worded it. And then my video that I played, that video got taken down. I mean, that's why I do think it has something to do with them. Like, I do think they contacted, but it's just like, how much power do they have? I just don't get it. You're going to sit there and, I mean, why my PayPal? I mean, what? Wait, yours got taken down the same time? Like from this? Lemarian? Wait, see, is this you talking about from this case too? Or not? Because if that's the case, then like it's even more confirmation into them. Is that what you're saying? It's just not fair. Wow. So you think it's the same, it's the Wade supporters too then? You're saying recently, for probably because of this case too. But wait. I just can't believe that like a big company like that wouldn't first of all, tell their I mean, I've been with them for, like 6 years now. Like, you're not gonna tell one of your customers why you just deactivated their account? No, well, the PayPal put like, you know how PayPal, like you put your bank card, and then if you could have PayPal cash that you just keep there that you could spend or whatever. So any money that I had there would have been gone. It is gone, but I only had $12 in my PayPal cash. But like some people, I mean, if you had like hundreds, it would be on hold, and I don't even know if you get it back. It was like almost like it seems like you might not even get it back, even in the future. So it's like, what if people had like hundreds of dollars in it? Because some people keep the cash right there, the PayPal cash. That means okay, you just take their money and just don't tell them why. But it would be nobody's took money, like, as far as nobody from the outside source took money, but PayPal's holding the cash, yeah. But I don't understand. I mean, what are they so afraid of? We're covering a case. You know, we're gonna move on to another case where true crime, like we cover a case, like the way I like some channels do cases like me where there's cases you stay on real, like not real long, but a few months and you really do in depth, but then you move on to another case. So it's like, what are they? I mean, what are they think? What are we doing to them? Why are they so afraid, or why are they so threatened by what we do? We're not going to have any effect on if Wade gets out or not. That was that's him. That's a Florida law. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, you know what I mean? Like, what is YouTube channels going to hurt Wade's chance of appeal? It's not going to do anything. So I don't understand why they're coming after people that are just like talking about the case and all the stuff going involved. We're not gonna keep Wade in or out regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing we're doing is gonna increase or decrease anything that he's doing, if that makes sense. So it's like, I don't understand why you got to go real life and mess with people's stuff. Makes no sense. I mean, even if we were like a threat, you know, but we're not. I mean, what are we going to do? What are we doing? It makes no sense. What do you mean, integrity? Is someone complaining? Hey, who complains again? Or, I mean, are you referring to me, integrity? Somebody asked me about the PayPal. I don't understand your point. We're talking about something that's relevant to what's going on, and you know, other people's accounts are getting attacked too. So I don't know what you're saying, but sorry. Oh, well then, but who are you talking about? Hey, who complains again? Somebody has been asking about PayPal. I only brought it up the one time, and then I've seen people in chat asking, hey, PayPal, and I haven't addressed it again. So I just decided, hey, let me address it again because people have been asking, like, what's going on with your PayPal? So I just wanted to update them. Yes, it's still freaking, I'm still waiting, and they still won't tell me, and it's frustrating. And also I'm trying to get people like asking Lemarian, like, Lemarian, do you think it has to do with the Wade supporters, or is yours something irrelevant, like nothing to do with that? Because I just want to see like how many other people and try to narrow down if it for sure is them, you know? Hey, Big Bon. Wait, pay with what with PayPal? Oh, wait. Yeah. As long as you don't pay me with my PayPal. Like if you pay with PayPal, yeah, because that would be like let's say you buy like how would that work? I'm trying to like compare it to like a store, like if you order something online with PayPal, but yeah, they would. I don't know. Wait, you would think, because if you're not giving me PayPal and you're just paying like pay with what though? You talking about like a members or super chat? Yeah, because it's not going to my PayPal. So yeah, if that's what you're talking about, yeah, I should be fine. Um, yeah, just as long as if it's not coming to my PayPal. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, integrity. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying I was complaining again. And I've been kind of like trying to avoid talking about it, but you know, just kind of like real quick saying, yeah, I'm still going through it. But that's what I was like, finally, I was just like, okay, let me talk about it a little bit. And then I thought you were saying that. It's okay. Sorry. I'm sorry for misunderstanding. Um, wow, they kept it. Wow. Wait, but if they still have it, how are you going to transfer it? All right, guys, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna edit a little bit. But thanks. I don't know what will be next. I'm gonna look through more of these files, and I think I am gonna have a couple more pre-records of Wade. But I'm gonna say this again, but it might not be true. I was gonna say like my next live probably won't be Wade, but who freaking knows? I didn't think the last two lives were gonna be about Wade, and they were. But all right, guys, bye everybody. Thank you. Sorry again, integrity. I feel bad for misunderstanding. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.